Hi there, Loy Machedo. Speaking to you from LoyMachedo.com. Who is Loy Machedo and Think Personal Branding? We are back again. After nearly, I think, 15 days, 20 days of not putting any video. Why? Because I listened to what you had to say. You are like, Loy, why are you saying the same thing all over again? Why are you giving the same old news? Why are you giving boring stuff? Why don't you give something new? Oh, this is becoming stale. So I decided, okay, I'll give you a break. I'll not have any more news about the Middle East for quite some time. After all, you have access to the, what do you call that, newspapers. You have access to news. I'm not a news channel. So I just thought, okay, fine. Let me relax, do my own thing and, be happy. But then, but then the funny thing is, when you put videos, people are like, Loy, stop, man. There's so much. And then when you don't put videos, people again, Loy, where are the videos and all that stuff. So I decided I would, give you another roundup of the videos. Okay. I also started, if you know, the random sessions where I would walk random conversations with Loy Machedo. I think I've finished close to 50 videos or more, which I'm very happy. So I gave you the survey. I asked you, would you like shorter videos? Would you like random videos? Would you like videos outside? You said yes. I put the videos and it's working out well. We're pretty happy. The only complaint, the only complaint that I got was, Loy, why are you roaming around naked? Okay, just to make you understand, I am not naked. I am still wearing shorts. And for those of you who know runners or long distance runners, we normally run without a shirt. Okay, and especially if you are in, you're in a country which is slightly open-minded, they don't mind you running without a shirt. So for some of the conservative folks, they're like, Loy, you're running naked. Relax. And there was one genius who even suggested, Loy, you'll get more views if you put clothes on. I was so impressed by that person's, intelligence. I'll get views. I didn't know that Google's algorithm was like, if you wear clothes, more clothes means more views. Thank you so much. You're a genius. Okay. Having said that, now let's get back to a detailed report about the Middle East. Okay. Now, before I do move in, I just want you to know that, ever since I started putting these job vacancies on my YouTube and Facebook, the number of emails that I started receiving it just destroyed my inbox. Okay. After putting those vacancies, I got literally 7,000 emails in, I think, less than 2 or 3 days. 7,000 emails, man. And it was like, what the fuck is this? I just woke up in the morning. I was like, oh, when you switch on your phone, when you get up in the morning and switch on your phone, and you connect to the Wi-Fi, because I switch it off, you get all the messages coming, you get notifications. My WhatsApp, I just put it on, and my WhatsApp, try this. Ask, 100 of your friends to send you messages after you switch off the phone, disconnect it from the Wi-Fi. When you put it on and you connect to the Wi-Fi, all the messages start downloading onto your phone. My phone was like ding 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 ding. It just kept like going up 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 up. I was like, what the fuck is this? It just didn't stop. It was like I just had to look at my screen and I was like, what the fuck is this? It's like my Instagram, my WhatsApp, my email, my email inbox, then even my Instagram. I didn't know that people were so hyperactive on Instagram. I was seeing messages on Instagram, messages on Facebook. So 7,000 emails plus I had to go through. I still have another 23 more job openings, which I've not yet shared, but I've decided until this dies out for some time, I'm not going to advertise these job openings from my contacts. And I've also spoken to my contacts and told them that, people are just spamming my inbox. Okay. I also have, like I told you, one of the reasons why I I'm unable to put up these videos is when I have work, when I have clients. If someone has money, that is more important than putting up videos because money pays my bills. So I got 103 thank you letters for jobs, interviews, vacancies, resumes. I'm not going to share all those 103. If you want to see some of the thank you stuff, I've selected a few that I put on Instagram, LinkedIn. Okay. So those are the thank yous. Then a couple of saboteurs, as I would call them, they try to hack into my website. They try to crash my website. One of them, I think a youngster from India, he joined one of my WhatsApp groups. He had, he positioned himself as a nice guy. But then after he joined my WhatsApp group, he started bombarding and spamming all my groups with, links, harmful links. In one of the groups, one guy, within just a minute or 2 minutes, he had managed to invite, close to, 40, 50 people in just 1 minute. I just started seeing people just joining in my groups and I was like, whoa, what the hell is happening? I had to clean out. So there have been attempts to attack and crash my website and all that stuff. But then again, I have backup. So you can try whatever you want. I will, just a matter of, speaking to my guy and putting the backup on there and make it more secure. So thank you for showing the loopholes. And last if not the least, I had conducted a online poll where I asked people, well, would you like me to share another video? So as of now, when I'm looking at the screen, I'll take a screenshot so it doesn't change. I have close to 357 votes, out of which 71% said yes, share everything. I have 6% who said no, don't bother, you share fake news. And then I have 23% that says share only the important, interesting stuff. So I'm taking a balance and I'm only going to share the worthwhile stuff. I'll not share everything because I'll not be able to finish all of this. And for those people who keep saying, no, don't share your website, your channel is fake. Why do you keep watching my YouTube channel? I just don't understand. If you have better things to do, why is my phone making all this noise? Well, make it on mute. I'll keep getting messages. Okay. Now, I also thought I would address this one gentleman who comes with the name 8008, his ID. He always has, he is not a supporter of mine, which I totally understand. He says, out of 204 countries, Loy has to speak against just one, so unbiased. Well, my dear friend, how many times do I have to tell you? I've not traveled to 204 countries, okay? I've only been in one, that was Dubai, that was UAE. The second thing is, I don't know about other countries. In fact, even though I have an Indian passport, I don't know anything about India. So, which is why I don't speak much about India. What's the point of speaking about a country or, let's say, an industry or a skill when you don't have any experience in it? I have experience in UAE, so I speak about UAE. I've been 40 years, my whole life. So, and 204 countries, just imagine, to make a video for one country takes so much time. How do you expect me to prepare for 204 countries that also where I've not been? So I hope that answers your question. So let's move on. Once again, like I always tell you, the videos will be long. Check the timestamp down below for the different topics and put your comments. I always read them. I always respond to them. And if you'd like to support the channel, yes, it's always good to have a like, always good to have a share. If you want to subscribe, you can subscribe. Nobody's going to arrest you. The Interpol is not going to take you and put you in jail. So don't need to worry about that. Okay. In today's video, finally, I'm coming to the content. Imagine so much I have to speak. In today's video, I have controversial emails that I'm going to share with you first. The controversial emails. Insider information about Expo 2020 from people who are working on the site. I have some shocking stuff about the spa business, about locals, Arab locals. One Emirati wrote to me. I have a little news about Oman. I also have information about a lady who is providing special services to the who's who. I'll talk to you more about it. Then the 29 recommended YouTube links, which I thought you must watch. It is thought-provoking stuff if you would like. Then in news analysis, we have India, Pakistan, Saudi, UAE, then news sectors where people are getting terminated, a new division that is being created where jobs are there. Expo 2020 news, fake news by the government, fake news by the haters of UAE. So we have both the sides, fake news. Then we have news that will impact the expats, miscellaneous stuff, and funny bits. And finally, we have video footage that has been shared by the readers themselves. So I'll be sharing all the various video footages. Okay. So now let's move on to the, the controversial emails. Let's start with that. Now, these are the emails that were sent to me by different people who are based in the Middle East, okay, especially UAE. Now, I'll not share their names. I'll not share their identities, just to make sure that they are protected, because they can fall into grave danger if it is shared, their identity is shared. Another thing is, these emails have started to get really large. Some of them have really shared a lot of stuff. It would take me close to, I think, 30 minutes to read the entire email. So given the number of emails that I've received and given the length of the email that I've received, I would not be able to read all the emails that I get. I've got a huge, like I told you, I got 7,000 emails. I can't, start telling you about each and every email. Another thing is, some of these emails are like, 30 minutes long just for reading it. So I would not be able to read the entire email. So what I've done is I've just summarized the entire email into the main points. And this is what I will share with you. And I've also made sure that I've researched what these people have sent me so that I know what I'm saying is actually true. It's not just a claim. And one last thing is, if anybody has shared anyone's name, like let's say I received emails of this lady is doing this business, she's sleeping with him, or she's providing women to this big guy, this sheikh, his name. I can't do that, okay? I just cannot start speaking about this guy, this is what he's, mine is not TMZ. And the other thing is, I cannot start exposing these big guys. Some people have actually sent me videos, okay? Uploaded videos with private links of unlisted videos. See, the sheikh guy is with this girl, or this rich man was sleeping with this girl, or this sex video. Guys, I can't start putting stuff like that. I mean, someone will come and blow my brains out. And then you have these photographs which are like, whoa, how did you get this photograph? I don't know if they are real. I don't know if they are fake. So I can't start sharing. So please try to understand that videos like that, even photographs like that, I just cannot share. Okay. And last if not the least is some really shocking claims were made through some of these emails. Unless and until I get evidence, I can't take your word for it. Okay. Just because you say that this rich guy or this big guy or this female is supplying girls, or had a bus full of underage girls supplied to this man, I can't just say it, okay, unless there is some evidence. Agreed, you might have photographs, you might have video links, you might have stuff, but just can't, whatever I can do within the framework, that's what I will do. So having said that, let's move on to the emails. The first one is, this is about a gentleman who is actually working in the Expo 2020 projects, okay? He had given me a huge email, massive email, the summary of the whole email. It was, I think, nearly 10,000 words. One is the Expo 2020 projects are having a lot of issues and problems, which I think is very normal. Most of the construction work that is being there is always they overpromise and they find it hard to maintain the dates because there are a lot of challenges. So Expo 2020 projects are having problems. It's many of them did not calculate the cost, and in many of the projects the cost has gone way beyond what they imagined, which once again, I know this is a trend. People underestimate the cost and they end up they realize, oh, I'm making this project at a loss. Another problem which people never think about is cost of products and services do go up. And then there is also you'll have to pay a fine. You'll be penalized if you do not complete the project on time. And in order to get these projects, many of the guys, what they do is they keep a very small margin. They keep like 5% or 2%. And then, the whole project just collapses. And then you also have materials. If the materials are not original, or they are not authentic, or they're not strong, well, you'll end up with, like what happened with the rain. When the rains came, most of the construction that was there, it is designed for, not withstanding rain. It's for dry desert climate. It just collapses. And when you use fake material or cheap material from China or places where you can actually save money, well, the project, the building or the structure will collapse. Oh, by the way, just thought I'll get this out of the way. If you actually see my room, wait, let me just make sure you can see my room. You can see now that bookshelf is not there. That big monitor is there. Thank you for the gift. And well, this is how my room is. And here are my trophies. Many trophies. I had to keep the rest of the trophies out because there was no place. Anyway, so the monitor is kept there. For those of you who said I was just posing with an empty box, there was no TV, nobody gave me a gift. Well, here's the TV. You can see this is for my gaming. So, okay, I got that out of the way because that thought kept bugging me in my head. Okay, coming back to the email. Now, wait, let me see. My screen is proper. Okay, screen, just want to make sure. Okay. Sorry. Okay. And then I also got the news from that contractor that it seems many of the largest contractors, this is what he claims, the largest contractors are not interested to take any of the projects because they're not going to make any money, and they are afraid of what has been taking place with Arab Tech. Arab Tech had a tie-up, had a project with Maidan, and then it got cancelled, and they ended up losing billions. So many of the big name contractors, they don't want to burn their fingers because obviously you cannot take the Dubai government to the court. And so this is what he shared with me in terms of what is happening with Expo 2020. The other thing which he did share is, because he's a Western expat, he said, Loy, initially I thought your channel, you were just bad-mouthing UAE because you are butthurt and, you're just spreading negativity. But after being in UAE, I realized most of the things what you said was true. And some of the reasons why he said, being a Western passport holder, his passport was taken away from him and they didn't return. But he complained to the embassy or the consulate, and they said, this is the property of the government. You cannot keep that passport because the Western passport, very powerful. So the employer had to give his passport back. Like I told you, taking your passport away from you is an illegal practice. It is not allowed and they should not be doing it. Okay. Second thing is, he said, Loy, I assumed UAE was a country that followed Islam. How is it that there are whores in nightclubs? I was pretty surprised with that. And he even went to a massage parlor. And guess what? After the massage, the girl gave him a happy service. So he was very surprised with that. He didn't complain, but he said, Loy, I thought we were in an Islamic country. Well, it's not that strict. I would just say that they're a little flexible. Islamic only when they have to show. Otherwise, if you do, like I tell you, there are a lot of shit that goes on. If nobody complains, you can do your own business. So why bother? Okay. Next one, what he said is, there are plenty of fake friends, fake people. If you have money, he said, having a Western passport, I got girls who are being very nice to me, mostly Filipinas and all that. They're being very nice because I was a Westerner. I didn't expect, he's saying I was just an ordinary bloke in my country, but here I'm being treated very nice. Even the Indians are yes sir, no sir, yes sir. They keep nodding their head. And Pakistanis also say yes sir. He's saying I was never called sir in my life, and here I'm called sir. So I told him that just enjoy. You're being called sir. Why not? In fact, many people, when they come to me, they're like, oh, Loy, you look like you're from New Zealand. I say, no. You're from Australia. I say, no. United States. No. Mexico. There's that. Finally, when I tell them I'm from India, they're like, India? You're from India? And, many of the girls, they show so much of interest. Like even, I'll tell you, even in Thailand, so many girls, oh, where you from? Where you from? America. Oh, you from Australia. You from New Zealand. But when I tell them India, Their face, their color, it's like the blood drains from the India. Oh, sheesh. And then I used to wonder, like, why do they, when I say India, why even Thai people, why does the blood drain out of their face? I didn't know why until I married my Thai wife, and she told me Indians are kiniao. Kiniao means stingy. So, and how did this come about? Is many of the Indian tourists, when they come, they share, like they'll buy a bottle of Coke and they'll share the Pepsi and Coke. They'll not give tips. They'll even take parcel. They'll take the chicken. They'll take everything. Yeah, something which even I'm guilty of. I don't like to waste food, so we take, and they come with their mother, father, brother, sister, everyone, and they're all sharing. And well, the thing is, Western expats, when they go for a holiday, many of them don't tag their mother, father, brother, sister, the whole family along. Many of them just go either single, and many of them are not expats, they are sexpats. They come there to enjoy. They work like menial jobs. Like in the West, you'll have a plumber, you'll have an electrician, you'll have even municipality guy, a guy who cleans sewage, because their currency is very strong, and because they get visa on arrival for 1 month to up to 3 months. So many of them come down here, and because they have purchasing power, an ugly, fat guy who's working as a cleaner or plumber or electrician, he will get hot babes because obviously they want his money. But you'll never see a plumber, electrician of Indian or Pakistani or Bangladeshi origin, because the currency value is low. You'll mostly see businessmen come down, and businessmen are very particular about their money. They are not going to start handing over. And obviously, when you come down with your mother, father, brother, sister, you're not going to go to whore joints, or you're not going to go and spend money on booze and all that. So yes, those dynamics come into play. So because they thought I was Indian, they suddenly realized they thought I was Westerner. They were like, wow, he's so cool, because tattoos on the face. Indians don't have that. But when they found Indian, hey, Indian, even for my wife, they say, oh, you have Falang husband, foreigner husband. But the minute she says I'm Indian, they're like, huh? Indian, India, so this happens every time. This is the experience that I have. Anyway, coming back. So it seems that he has had a lot of fake friends. What he has said is locals are very nice. This is his verdict. He's saying there are educated locals. There are very cool locals. The Emiratis are some of them, the ones he has mixed around. They're very nice, but they live dual lives. They can't show what they do publicly, and they don't put it on social media. He says many of the local friends that I've had, they have tattoos on their body, which is hidden. They have girls and girlfriends, multiple girlfriends. They drink, they smoke, they do everything, but they never mention it on social media. And many of them are very particular that you do not take photographs when you're with them, okay? Which I totally understand. If you actually Google search, there had been an incident where a local guy punched an expat businessman, I think in Minas, not Minas, Ibn Battuta? No, not, sorry. At this hotel, at this outlet, he punched him, and that guy fell down and he died, okay? Because he thought he was actually taking a selfie with his friends, and this guy thought that he was taking a photograph of him and his girlfriend, okay? So locals are very particular. Even here in Samui, you have a lot of Western expats. If I was taking a selfie and was holding the camera this way, if they feel that they are in the shot, or you are having them in your photograph, they'll walk up to you and tell you, excuse me, I need to see that photograph. Did you take my photograph? Did you take my video? They're very aggressive about it. So, in fact, I got a Saudi guy when I was going for my language classes, and I was just taking a video of myself. If you see my Facebook, when I used to go for the language classes, this guy, Saudi guy, he came up to me and says, he was very angry. He said, I will kill you. Straight up. I don't know what is it with our Arab brothers. I will kill you. He didn't say anything. He just, I will kill you. You took my video in this. He threatened me, and I was like, chill, relax. No need to kill nothing. Here, the video, I delete. Finish, happy, go. So, many of them are very particular. Then he also stated that most of the banks and the hospitals, what they are doing is illegal. If they were in the West, they could get sued left, right, and center. And he says, over here in the UAE, you're nothing without a job. If you don't have a job, you're nothing, which is very true because your visa is with your job. He says most of the designations are dummy designations. He's saying many of the Westerners, we get paid much more than what we are worth. He was actually honest about it. He said, I was very surprised to see many Western expats here. They don't know their job and they get big salaries, big positions. In fact, he also mentioned that many locals, they are given big positions, guaranteed promotions, even though they do not know their job. He's saying many of the positions by default are left only for locals or for Western expats. Corporate hierarchy, he's saying, is a racist hierarchy, is a reality. At first, he never agreed with me, but now he says, you're absolutely right. And he says, if someone complains about you, especially if he's an Arab local, you are guilty by default until proven innocent. And he says, Loy, I have left the country because I could not stand this system. So obviously he was, he didn't like all this. And he left. But he did make his money. That's what he did mention. So this is the email that the first person has shared. Like I say, if you wrong or right, let me know your thoughts. I would love to hear from you because this is his experience, is what he has given. So let me know, what do you think about this letter? All right. Before I move on to the next email, I just want to address this this thought, or rather this query that was actually sent to me by a gentleman. Now, many people have asked me this question, Loy, why is your channel, if you actually check my channel, why do you have so few subscribers? Like, for example, why do you have only 29,300 subscribers? Why is it you don't have 1 million? Okay, the answer there, and also people also ask me this question, Loy, why is it that you're not promoting your channel? Why is it that you don't want more subscribers? Why is it you don't pay money and get more subscribers? I'll answer the question. Now, first and foremost is, I have a very niche audience, a very specific audience that caters to my kind of content. It's not like a music video that people will keep watching the video over and over again. It's not very popular. I'm not a sexy or hot or happening figure. I have a very niche audience. Okay, that's number one. And the other thing is, the people that I cater to, okay, they have not only a specific requirement, they are the ones who, the people I interact with, they are the ones who have the money and who will spend money for my content. Okay. The other thing which I want you to understand is, given the number of subscribers that I have, I am so busy with work. I have the comments, I have the emails, and I'm doing this alone by myself. If I were to, let's say, double the number of subscribers, the number of comments will also double. The number of emails will also increase. The amount of work will also increase. Right now, I'm able to handle it. And, when you keep increasing, you need to have more people under you to handle the work. I will need to maybe ask someone to handle the comments. I'll have to ask someone to segregate the emails. I'll have to appoint maybe, an agency to handle it. So I don't want to get into something which I cannot handle. And most of these popular YouTubers, they have an agency. They have a dedicated, person who's handling their account. I don't want to get into all this. And given the number of people that I have, only 29,000 or 30,000, I'm finding it hard. I'm really finding it hard. That is why, if you see, why is it that I space out my videos? Because, after I put up the videos, I answer each and every comment. I answer each and every email, each and every message. And as of now, I get 1,600 messages, emails, notifications per day. Just imagine if it doubles. It's going to be crazy. And, when I put up these job vacancies from people that I know, when I put up those job vacancies, my inbox and notification just bloody crashed. It's like 7,000. Just imagine 7,000 by just putting up job vacancies. So, I was not able to balance it out. So the point I'm trying to tell you is, if I want to increase the number of subscribers, I would have to obviously pay money. YouTube and Google and Facebook, they are not charitable organizations, or they are not organizations that go on merit. They are looking for people to spend money because they are business houses. So they'll be like, we will increase your subscribers if you pay money. So if I were to pay money, yes, it'll increase. That's number one. So even paying money is not very expensive. I can budget to, let's say, $1 a day or $5 a day or even $10 a day. Okay, I'll pay that amount of money. But then the second problem is when the number of subscribers increase, the number of comments will increase, the number of emails will increase, the number of inquiries will increase, and then I will not be able to handle it. And when you have inquiries coming in and you're not able to respond to them, you're actually losing business and harming your brand. So the point I'm trying to say is, I'm just doing step by step how much I can handle. And right now, to be very honest with you, I'm very happy with the pace it's growing. I'm very happy that I'm getting maybe 1 or 2 or 10 subscribers per day. I'm happy with, getting the number of clients. And I don't want to make it a job. I'm enjoying my life, playing my games, spending time with my family, earning a little bit, spending a little bit, and relaxing most of it. Like I said, I chose my life to be enjoyed. I'm not looking at being the world's richest guy or having 1 million subscribers. Yes, it does feel nice, but then with that comes responsibility. So I hope this makes you understand why I'm happy with just little few subscribers, because that is what I can handle. And the most important thing is, I'm not looking at a popularity contest. I'm not looking at being very popular. I'm looking at earning money to feed me, my family, and have a small future. So small channel, small money, but big happiness. So I hope this makes it very clear to you. All right. Who's this call? Oh, I keep getting calls. 1 second. Let me take this call. So, sorry. Like I told you, as it is with the amount of subscribers, the amount of people, this is how busy I get. So you can just imagine, if I were to get more, I don't think I'd be able to handle. So I hope this answers your question. Okay, let's move on to the next email. The next email is from a very happy customer, and this was a premier VIP customer. So he said, Loy, I got an interview call today for the role that matched up my skill due to a CV that Loy prepared with me. Soon after I told him that I got an interview call, even though it was on a short notice, Loy stopped all his work and called me and helped me prepare ace the interview. Due to his coaching and the confidence he had given me, I got through both the rounds with the director and technical manager. I'm now waiting to be called for a face-to-face interview. It wouldn't have even got to this stage without Loy's coaching. I'm sure that I will ace the final interview too with confidence that Loy provided for me. So a very happy customer. I love having happy customers. The next one is from this guy. He says, Dear Loy, I'm writing this mail to express my profound gratitude for the resume services you provided for me. This service has been a value-added service and really made my resume outstanding. Yes. Okay. The delivery has exceeded my expectations. My expectation was worth what I paid for. So I'm very glad. Like I said, I always try to focus on the content, not the design, not the colors, and not the. It's like I'm not here beautifying your CV. I'm making it match your personality, match what the market wants, match what makes you sellable. Okay. The next one was one of my regular. He's one of my regular followers. He sent me this. He said, "Loy, I came across the sponsored video on YouTube by Gulf News TV. And he says the analyst was rather upbeat and was shouting flowery words about UAE. When money talks, bullshit walks. I don't see anything wrong in this. I mean, any product, any company, any brand, any country, they would always position the product or service in a nice way. So I don't see anything wrong. Gulf News as a media house needs revenue in order to run its business. And, they are not spreading false news or fake news, but they are saying within the parameters of what they can operate. And obviously, they cannot say no to any government entity. So once again, it's run by the government. They stay in that country. It's run by a sheikh or monarch. So they have to listen. So I don't see anything wrong with this. The next one is another client. He says, did a 1-hour interview session with Loy today. Loy created and molded my interview answers in such a way that it highlighted my skills in a prominent way. He pointed out that I was very bad at selling myself during the interview. Loy helped me work on the answers that showed my expertise in a way where I showed not only technical skills, but also leadership qualities. I thank Loy for patiently working with me. Okay. Now, what I need you to understand is when you go for an interview, it's not just a conversation. It's not, hi, have you, tell me something about yourself. I did my MBA. I worked for so many years, 18 years in this, I have a track record proven. No, it has to be engineered word for word, line by line. And it should come across as a conversation. It should come across naturally. You cannot keep rambling. You cannot talk whatever you want to talk. And it's not just talking. It is communicating and selling yourself. That takes a lot of skill and experience. And because I've been into public speaking for 25 plus years, I know what interviewers are looking for. I know how to make a conversation really worth it. And the proof is in the pudding. I would not have been able to survive if I was not good at what I do. So, not surprising for me, but I'm very glad that it worked for him and he got a job. Okay. The next email that I got, this one was it was a huge email. I have to admire the amount of work and effort this guy put into this email. Now, I cannot go through the entire email. I cannot read everything, but this is what he had to say in a nutshell. The gentleman in particular was speaking about the spa business. Now, I do not know how he got the specific details, but he was very knowledgeable about how the spa business works. So the summary was of his entire long 10,000 worded plus email. He says the spa business is one of the most profitable business in the UAE, which is why you find so many business cards with their name and their number. What he said is in a spa business, if anyone is caught, it is only the sex workers or the massage therapists, so-called massage therapists, who end up going to jail and they get deported. The spa owner, nobody can touch. And most of the time, the spa owner is someone who's very powerful, well-connected, or has contacts and connections. Most of the spa business is the clients and customers are married bachelors whose spouses are either at home or they are back home in their country. The spa business owners are managed by Chinese, Indians, and Pakistanis. The girls come from India, Pakistan, Malaysia, Philippines, Nepal, Thailand, Korea, Vietnam, China, Indonesia, Bangladesh, Morocco, parts of Africa, and sometimes even Arab girls. Okay, the girls belong to lower class of society who are not educated but have families and children and parents to support. And since they don't have any other option, they are prepared to do anything for money. But lately, there have been many Europeans who have been coming because they are looking at tax-free money. He kind of gave me the breakdown of the visa, the business costs. I don't want to get into all that. However, what I found interesting is what he said is these are the massage rates for the massage. He said in a typical spa, a hand job is 50 to 100 dirhams. Job is 100 to 150. This is on top of the existing massage. Body to body massage is an extra 150 to 250 dirhams. I didn't know it's so cheap. I assume this must be dollars. I think it's dollars. I'm sorry. I think it's dollars. I thought it's dirhams. It's in dollars. Okay. So a hand job is $50 to $100 extra. A blow job is $50 to $150 extra US dollars. Body to body massage extra is $150 to $250. Sex 1 to 2 shot. Tequila shot. Okay. that shot is $250 to $400, and threesome, many sum, is $800 to $900. And if you want more sums, you need to pay some more sums. In every massage parlor, there are secret doors to the secret part of the apartment. There are VIP doors, and there are VIP services. It seems that there is also menu cards that they have based on what are the services that they provide, rates that they provide, and the variety. An average girl gets around 2,500 dirhams per month. Superstars, the girls who are in heavy demand, who are very beautiful, very hot, they get up to 100,000 dirhams per month. There is also services where a girl will be your girlfriend for a particular number of days, weeks, or months, and they even go for holidays. In fact, he even told me that nowadays there are many girls who are looking for jobs who will be your girlfriend and travel with you to many parts of Europe or wherever, provided you pay them. And some of them are even students, which I found surprising. Arab girls are in very high demand, especially if she's Arabic girl. Lady boys also, it seems, have a big demand, which is why many of them come down to these countries where lady boys are there. And if you can do crazy stuff, you get paid a lot more money. It seems many of the Saudi tourists who come down there, Saudi, they like, okay, I'll just reword this. They like, you can Google search what is SCAT, scat. They like stuff like that. They like festing, and they like stuff which is like, you say, bestiality and all that stuff. They have weird demands. The more weird the demand, the higher the money that they pay. There are also cases where they want stars to fly down from particular countries and come down and perform weird acts. Some of them even like to gift to their husband or to their wives. He also said that in some places they even have venues which you can exchange partners and all that. So anyway, so he said repeat customers get discount. Just as when you run a business, you have VIP cards. They don't actually physically give you the card, but there is an online, you have this number. You don't have your name. You don't have anything. You just give the number, and that gives you a repeat discount. The most popular areas for such services are Burjuman area, Dera, Al Murakabad, Dubai Marina, Abu Bakr Siddiq area. Okay. Al-Qisais, Barsha, Karama, Dubai. And the biggest one, it seems the biggest one is International City. The most expensive is Marina. Okay. Obviously, those are expensive areas. But it seems the place where the maximum of all this stuff goes on is International City. In International City, you also have home delivery services. Ooh, like pizza, home delivery, where the girl will come to your apartment. However, they come with their protection, their bodyguards and all that, so that you cannot abuse them. And you have to be very careful because it's run by these mafia gangs. And it seems that International City is very popular because they have the maximum bachelors. If a girl gets caught, it seems that they have 2 weeks to 3 months jail followed by deportation. However, no action is taken against the spa owner. The spa owner tends to have big contacts and connections. To counter CID operations, because sometimes the police, there's a raid, it seems spa owners give commissions to people, cleaners, to watchmen, to people in the building, who, if they give them a tip off, if they tell them that the police is coming, they get good money, they get tips. Some of them, anything from 1,000 to 5,000 dirhams, they get a tip if they inform the right information that someone is coming to raid. There are WhatsApp groups, there are emergency messages, there are alarms, there are laser beam beepers. I didn't know what is a laser beam beeper. And there are signals with laser, the saying that someone is coming. It seems the visit visa is the best way to enjoy these privileges. And many girls stay like housewives. In some cases, they even stay as per the visa, it is a maid, but they are not actually a maid. They provide sexual services. The total investment for a spa is 100,000 to 200,000 dirhams. Oh, I didn't know it's so cheap. I don't think it's so cheap, but this is what his email says: 100 to 200,000 dirhams. I don't know, is it per month? But I doubt it's so cheap. And it says, finally, he says it takes 3 to 5 months to break even and start making big amounts of money. So this is from a guy, from an insider who knows what the spa business is. Personally speaking, I think it's a good thing to be there, because there are many sexually frustrated individuals. I mean, if you have a place or avenue where you can vent out, then you don't perform crimes, then you don't target innocent children, you don't perform young girls, you don't perform, you don't target innocent people. Like, for example, in red light district, where you see so many, sexual services there is no rape happening there, because there is enough and more places where you can sexually just offload your load, whatever. But in these places where, it's very strict and all that, these guys, they're just so frustrated. They're just targeting innocent lives. So personally speaking, I think this is a very good business. I think it's needed for countries where they have very strict rules. But I'm against human trafficking. I'm against trafficking young children, young girls, and innocent people, which is, it's a sad fact and sad reality. You can even check some of the documentaries that are on YouTube where girls were promised marriage, or they were promised a good job, and they were kidnapped and forced into this trade. So it's kind of sad, but then again, two sides of the argument, man. Anyway, let's move on to the next email. All right, the next email that was sent to me was actually sent to me by an Emirati, a very educated Emirati. He writes very well. I also spoke to him. He had written a rather lengthy email, and he had shared this with me. And, he told me that he doesn't agree with all my views. He was a very intelligent chap, okay? And this is what he has said in the email. The email is pretty long. I've just summarized the whole thing. So this is what he says in the email. He said, Loy, you must have read about the latest news of Emiratization in banking, okay? It will increase from 26% to nearly 50% over the next 3 years. That means there will be a potential of more than thousands of jobs for Emiratis, but at the same time, it also means that a number of expatriates will be losing their jobs. However, this is not going to be very feasible or easy for these banks. Now, why does he say that? He says, as per our religion, Islam, giving interest, receiving interest, recording of interest is prohibited. And anyone who really follows his religion will not get into this. This is the first point. The second point, he says, local Emiratis, even my friends, do not like working for banks, okay, because they go against the core Islamic principles. However, we prefer to get jobs in governments or, tier 1 companies. Tier 1 is like Emaar, Damac, those kind of companies, okay? He says, the ones who do not get a government job, or in the second level who do not get Emaar Damac only those kind of people will join a bank. So it's looked upon basically as, a lower level kind of a job. He's saying, the third point which you need to know is, banks mean long hours. Okay, you need to work long hours. You need to be very accurate. You need to follow rules. You need to follow protocol standards. And local Emiratis do not like such jobs. They do not like high pressurized jobs. They do not like jobs where they are held accountable and they are held responsible for everything that they do. That is why many locals prefer not working in corporate banking, investment banking, debt capital, treasury, financial institutions, frontline retail banking, credit risk approval, okay? They like working for operations, or they like working for a laid-back job. That is why I can safely tell you that 95% of our Emirati friends, local brothers, sisters, whatever, okay, we prefer working in operations role. Why? Because we can leave the office at around 4 p.m. and spend time with our family. Another reason why local men or Emiratis do not like a career in banking is because when it comes to seeking a bride, the girls' families prefer a man to have a career outside banking, as number one, it is not permissible in Islam. I don't know this. This is what he says. The other thing is, most of the household where family members are there, we live in big families. We have, like, the father, he has both his wives stay in two houses which are joined, like a big villa. This side is one wife, this side is another wife, it can be a third wife. And what he said is, the entire family, all the families, they go together, they spend time, they have barbecues and all that. So they want the man of the house to reach home on time at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the evening, and they can spend time with him. The family doesn't want a single member of the family coming home after sunset. Now, I don't know this. This is maybe Emiratis or Emirati Muslims. Okay. Emiratis are Muslims. Okay. Nowadays, locals, that is Emiratis, are making all their effort to get jobs in Diva or in Do or Etisalat, as these companies pay locals a very high salary from 35,000 to 40,000 a month. That is starting salary. That means you just start your first job, you'll get 35,000. That's 10,000 US dollars and above. And you will be guaranteed a promotion in 2 years. That means you'll get a salary increment every 2 years or whatever, and a potential jump of 10,000 dirhams. Okay, that's 3,000, I think $2,700. Okay. So nowadays, banks have started offering locals higher salaries, but now they have the challenge with the market conditions, and they need to pressure locals to work hard, which is why many locals do not want to join banks, because they don't want this pressure. But the only option which the banks have is to pay a salary of 25 to 35,000. However, the problem is, now, would you keep 4 to 5 expatriates, or would you keep one local? That is a major question banks have. So anyway, he has written many other things, but I didn't think it would be, I don't know, safe, appropriate, or whatever. I didn't want to share all this. I just shared only what is required in terms of the banking sector. So you can tell me if this is right or wrong. This was actually written to me by an Emirati. Okay. Now, next one is from a happy client. He says, I completed a resume session with Loy, and I started to get a couple of interviews. I had completed a resume session with Loy and was getting a couple of interviews, but I was not getting finalized after interviews. I thought it was due to the lack of my technical skills required for the job, and because they got better candidates. Yesterday, I took a session again with Loy, and he asked me to give him the answers that I usually gave. And he made me realize that I was failing as my answers lacked passion and I was not able to sell myself. Loy gave me a step-by-step plan to work on this in the coming days and improve my interview skills and attitude. Loy even went out of the way and gave me tips that would benefit me, not just for interviews, but overall my life. Well, given the fact that I have a little bit more experience than the person, why not? So anyway, I wish them all the best, and I wish every customer or client of mine all the best, because they give me money. Obviously, I should wish them the best. It's a competition. Remember this, in a competition, only one person wins the prize. It's not everyone. So obviously, I'll wish my candidate that. Okay, next one. Can't give the name again. I think this is the guy from Australia. Not too sure. Okay. When Loy says he knows something, he truly knows the ins and outs of that thing. He's a force to reckon with. Oh, yes, like Star Wars Jedi. He helped me improve my crap CV, gave me 2.5 hours of his time when he was supposed to give me only 1 hour of the agreed initial time. Don't get any big ideas. I just did this as a one-off thing for this guy because his CV was a real bloody mess, and he is at a very senior level position. So this is just one of things. It's not, you pay me 1 hour, I'll do only 1 hour. Okay. During my entire session of the CV improvement with him, I truly felt that I did not know anything about selling myself. And that's coming from an IT professional, having more than 9 years experience working in multinational companies. See, the thing is, most of the IT guys, most of the guys with technical skills like engineers and all that, they're good at what they do technically, but they're not good at honing their skills and selling themselves. So that is why most of them are good technically, but they never get a job because they don't know how to sell themselves. If you think you're the badass of your town, wait till you talk to Loy. Thank you very much. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Okay. I love such letters. Okay, very flattering. Next one. Dear Lloyd, this is the second time I'm using your services to upgrade my CV and make it better. So this was a repeat customer. You made sure that each and every second was spent worthwhile and not hitting around the bushes, which is something I admire. Thank you very much. You made sure that first thing in the morning I completed all the tasks which were given to me by you. Nevertheless, I totally recommend you to everyone who needs help in their careers. Thank you for everything. Whatever. Okay, so see, the one of the reasons why I follow up with a customer, I want to finish, because I've taken the money, I want to finish it fast and move on. I don't want to take the customer and carry him like a monkey on my back for days and days, then carry one guy, carry another guy. No, you pay me the money, let's finish the job to the best and finish it quickly so I can move on. Okay, next one. This email was about hypermarkets in Oman, which are shutting down. In a nutshell, what he says is this hypermarket, which is called Mars, M-A-R is like, I don't know, Mars chocolate or whatever. Mars hypermarkets in Oman are going to close down. The staff has not been compensated as of now, as per what he says. And many Filipinos are in dire straits. So I have no idea. I never heard of Mars hypermarkets. I thought Mars was chocolate, but there's a hypermarket in Oman called Mars. Let me know in the comment section, is it something like that? And he says they were not compensated. Okay. And finally, the last email that I got, this was a huge, a massive one. However, I would not be able to read this email or even share bits and pieces because he's actually given the identity of this lady. She is from Europe. I can't tell you specifically where, but she is providing high-end, escorts to the who's who. He has given me a list of businessmen. He has given me a list of famous people, rich people with their photographs, stating that she is providing females to them. Now, the thing is, I can't talk about this publicly because they're very powerful people. But I have given it to an investigative journalist, provided all the samples. And like I said, man, appreciate you sharing it with me. But then again, I wouldn't want to happen. Okay, anyway. Next one is, this was sent to me by a happy client. He was not getting any jobs, anything. And because I managed to redo his resume and all that, he got a call from the director of a company, and most probably he's getting the job. He's getting the job, so I'm very happy. And this guy, yes, he's from Australia, this chap. He was feeling down, he was feeling depressed, he, wanted to give up on certain issues, but then he says, I can already feel a different vibe and state of mind. I can say I found you at the right time. I'm not one of those motivational coaches, not like, yes, you can do it. I bitch slap you from here to Timbuktu and give you a dose of reality. So those were the emails that were sent to me. Now let's move on to the recommended videos on YouTube. Now, these are the recommended YouTube videos that I've watched for the month of November. And I'm just going to share with you. Some of them are even Facebook videos. So I'll put the links all below when I do create a separate video for this. But I'll give you screenshots so you can Google search if in case you want to find out which are the videos. So in no particular order, the first one is Maids for Sale, How Silicon Valley Enables Online Slave Markets. It's not shocking because this actually is pretty rampant in the Middle East, where they get Filipinos or they get Africans or they get Indians. They take their passport, they lock them up in the house, they do not even allow them to have a phone, and then they are trapped over there. In some cases, they're even abused sexually or physically. So I'm not surprised with this. This might be shocking for the world, but this has been going on for years and years. Then second one is the probe reveals a slave trade via Google, Apple, Facebook apps. Well, it's not that Facebook, Apple, and Google have created them, but there are so many apps like these which keep coming out, and sometimes it becomes impossible unless someone reports. So this is also worth watching. Then third one is why women are quitting their side hustle, leaving LuLaRoe. Now, LuLaRoe is a multi-level marketing pyramid scheme kind of organization. Any company that promotes network marketing, that promotes buyer products and employ people under you, you'll get commissions from them. That is a pyramid scheme. Okay, so this one was pretty. I mean, it's one of the latest kind of companies to be exposed. So watch this, why women are quitting their side hustle. Then I filed for bankruptcy after LuLaRoe went and now work 2 jobs. This is what happens when people on social media try to show that they're larger than life. They have expensive clothes, expensive cars, expensive houses. You can live the dream. I'm now earning a 7-figure income, a 6-figure income. Anything that is too good to be true is always too good to be true. There is no such thing as earn money when you sleep or earn money, say 6-figure, 7-figure. All of them eventually get caught and are exposed as fake frauds or scams. Whether it's internet, and mostly internet marketers or internet marketing companies or pyramid schemes, they appeal to your greed. They appeal to a very amazing lifestyle, like a dream come true. There is no such thing as easy money. There's no such thing as dream come true. This show off of expensive life, house, cars, everything, that's all bullshit. Just don't fall for this. I hope you use your brains. Anyway, number 5 is the spectacular rise and fall of WeWork. Well, not surprised here once again. When WeWork was climbing up and he was just fooling everyone that it's worth billions of dollars. It's a culture, it's the spirit and all that bullshit, coactive working space and all those fancy terms. You had all these experts who were saying why WeWork is so successful. They were giving you the reasons. Then when WeWork eventually collapsed, the same experts said, oh, why did it collapse? So, these experts, as they call, they cherry pick all the reasons to give why this succeeded, and then after it fails, they cherry pick, oh, this is why it failed. It's just a confirmation bias. When you want to convince something is true, you'll choose all those reasons, and when you want to say something is bad, you'll cherry pick all the reasons. So anyway, the thing that baffles me the most is how this guy, this one single individual who was I can't get his name right now, how he managed to even fool SoftBank and all those people and managed to have a parachute whereby if he did leave the job or he resigned, he would make his billions. He's taken care for life. He doesn't have to worry. He doesn't have to work for a single day. He is a smart guy. Number 6 is Chilean police are blinding protesters. We spoke to the injured. Nowadays, in some of the countries, how these cops are actually ensuring that protesters are taught a lesson. They shoot, these bullets, these pellets, and they shoot them right in the eye. And many of them are becoming blind. This is happening in Kashmir. This is happening in all those places. I mean, just if you watch the video, it's pretty graphic. Be careful. They just shoot them in the eye with these pellet guns and they lose their sight. They don't have an eye anymore. I mean, just imagine that. All of them are losing one eye, and you'll see the number of people who are there in the clinic. It's like all of them have lost one eye. Okay. Then number 7, what would negative interest rate means? No, what would negative interest rates mean for the consumers and the economy? Really thought-provoking as to now when you take a loan from the bank will actually pay you the money. I know, sounds crazy, but watch this video. Number 8 is the battle for the National Air Guitar Championships. If you thought you saw it all, you'll see people who, they don't have a guitar, but they go this way and how there's a national level championship for this and how they are actually making not millions, but they're making good amount of money just doing this on stage. So I don't know what the world is moving towards. Anyway, video number 9 is I was the fastest girl in America. She was great at running until I joined Nike. New York Times, they always come out with controversial videos. She was actually forced to lose her weight and, they kind of like, she claims body shaming and starvation and all that. But out of whatever I know in running, the lighter your body is, the faster you can run, especially long distance. So she was made to go through this, and she broke down and she couldn't handle it, and she speaks against Nike. So just imagine multinational company like that. Number 10, Islamophobia in Europe. Why Poland will not take in any Muslims. This video will have many strong views. Poland is saying we don't have to subscribe to multiculturalism. We don't need to take in Muslims. And if you do come in properly. Don't come in illegally. Don't break the rules. And don't expect us to follow your religion. Don't expect us to bend to your rules. You come to our country, you follow our rules. Just as if like atheists, homosexuals, transgender people are not allowed in Saudi, same way, if you are coming in as a Muslim, you don't bring your religion and expect us to follow your religion. You're coming to our country, follow our rules. So watch this video. I found it pretty thought-provoking. And if you want to know what I think, I respect the law of the land. If Poland has rules and regulations, they are the country, they make the rules. You don't like the rules, go to some other country. Don't expect them to change their rules for you. Number 11 is my Breaking Bad prank gone wrong. That cost me $150,000 US. The guy actually designs this elaborate prank where he fakes a news, fakes a website, fakes him getting arrested for fake drugs that he never did, and how it got him into trouble. So it was worth watching that. Smart guy, but I don't know why did he do that. Anyway, number 12 is counterfeiting Microsoft Windows Restore CDs landed me in prison for a year. I found this rather surprising. I mean, Restore CDs, which are supposed to be for free, he just copied them to help, restore a CPU, a computer, instead of throwing it out. And they kind of put a legal case on him. You'll find it pretty shocking. I mean, come on. Microsoft is supposed to be, Windows is supposed to be, Microsoft is supposed to be a good company. This was really surprising for me, at least. Then number 13, this one was pretty weird. Getting arrested for a sticker on his car. The guy had on his car that he loves to eat ass. What do you mean by eating ass? It's not eating as eating food. Sexually, just as a guy goes down on a female or a girl goes down on a guy, some people like the person using their mouth to pleasure certain parts of their body. So this guy loves to pleasure a female's bum. Okay, so it's called eating ass. So he got arrested for putting a sticker on his car that says he likes eating ass. I would just say, you put whatever you want. This is the world we live in. Anyway, I remember one guy even got arrested for having a sandwich at a railway station in the United States. United States, I don't know. Sometimes they have these crazy rules, man. Okay. Next video is I tracked every minute of my life for 3 months. Not that he tracked every minute. Okay. I'm watching YouTube first minute, second minute. I'm watching YouTube third minute. No. More or less everything that he did minute by minute when he changed. He tracked it down for 3 months. What were his findings? It was pretty good. Then number 15, I'm half the man that I used to be. So this guy was pretty fat, lost half his weight. So how does it impact his life? Nice video. Then number 16 is Al Haptur chairman criticizes Trump and welcomes UAE income tax. Well, he being rich, I guess he wouldn't mind income tax. But for the majority of people who are already living hand to mouth, having to pay more money and not saving, I don't think it would be good. Then number 17, this one was, okay, it has a very awe moment. This is a female who's playing football in a Muslim country. They're playing football, or I think it's a girl wearing a hijab. I don't know if it's a Muslim country, I can't remember. She was wearing a hijab, and during the tackle, her hijab went loose. So these girls surrounded her and helped her put her hijab back on. So many people are like, whoa, this is so amazing. This is what the spirit of the thing. My thought was, you're playing a fucking game. It's supposed to be competitive. So every time someone loses their hijab or their shirt becomes loose, what do we stop the game? And everyone, just imagine you're playing cricket, world championships. You're playing cricket or you're playing football. So the guy's lace is gone, the saying, or his religious armband is gone. So do you stop playing and just ensure that his religious symbol is put properly? Either you make it like a feel good thing or you make it comparative. Don't mix both, and keep your religious things where they're supposed to be. Don't bring religion. Just imagine 5 people with 5 different religions having 5 different rules. And here's the biggest thing of them all. Why is it that only, we have to bend? I don't follow your religion. Why do I have to follow it? Or why do I have to respect certain ideologies? If someone doesn't respect, they don't respect. Don't force people to respect. I just found this like, you want to stop the whole game and you want to keep doing this, go ahead. I mean, why don't you wear an outfit that is not loose? That's what I would think. But then again, you can tell me if I'm wrong. I'm not hating on them. I'm just telling you that don't bring religion into different facets of life, and don't expect the whole world to follow your religion, whether it's Hinduism, Christianity, whatever, Muslim or Judaism or whatever. Okay. Next one, Mark Zuckerberg struggles to answer questions on Facebook political ads, from Alexandria Cortez. I think this was worth watching. I don't know. There's something about Mark Zuckerberg that is not very likable. I mean, I don't know why. There's something about him that's not right. And for once, I totally agree with Alexandria Cortez. And Mark Zuckerberg is actually kind of digging his own grave by coming out with Libra, the cryptocurrency. And lately, Facebook has started to go all bonkers. You get updates or you get warnings or you get, posts that you have put in 2012 and 2013. I'm getting update like this post was considered offensive. 2012, man, fucking it's 2019 now. How the fuck am I supposed to go through all the bloody updates that I've got? And, I don't know, Facebook has just gone to the dogs. That is why so many people are choosing not to be on Facebook, which I think is very necessary because, let's face it, Facebook, Google, YouTube, all these tech companies, they have so much of power in their hands. Don't expect them to be, oh, no, we are not going to use this power to make money. That's a whole lot of rubbish. 19-1, this one was pretty, I don't know, either you love it or you'll hate it. Mumbai local train passenger who was drinking alcohol in public. It seems that this guy who shot the video, he and his friend and his father gave him prasad, or, it's like the holy offerings of a god. They basically beat the shit out of these guys. In a way, it's a rough neighborhood in Mumbai. So guys are drinking alcohol, they don't know how to behave. And the other guys, they beat them up. So good for them. Number 20 is how this 46-year-old marathon runner keeps getting faster. Marathon running is one sport where as you get older, you get better. But this story speaks to you about a guy who has a very ordinary job. He's not a professional runner. How he actually keeps himself fit. So worth a watch. Then this one was a Facebook video, which I'm sure you might have seen at some point. These Saudi women on the street, they are actually fighting. But what makes this video shocking is the way the woman takes her baby. She takes a baby and just slams it, just throws it on the ground. How can you do that? I mean, when I look at my baby, if my baby just falls when she's walking, I get worried. This lady dropped her baby from a height, just slammed it. It's just be careful when you're watching this video. It's pretty disturbing. Then 20-second video is why Turkey is invading Syria. I thought that was worth a watch. Then you have inside Northeast Syria, what US troops withdrawal cost the Kurds, which I think was pretty shocking. This one, I'll just put the link, but I don't know. For me, it was very disturbing. It's a video of a woman giving birth and the baby coming out. I don't know. I don't have the stomach to watch a baby coming out. It's too graphic. It's too painful for me. I know this is a natural way of life, or This is what happens. But man, for me to watch a baby coming out of a swollen vagina with blood and all that stuff was not my cup of tea. Anyway, then 25 was just justification of Prophet Muhammad marrying a 6-year-old girl. Once again, this is on Facebook. Either you'll agree or you'll disagree. This female, she being Muslim, she says, she justifies why Prophet Muhammad was right in marrying a 6-year-old girl. And then again, if it was somebody else, if, let's say, tomorrow a Christian man or a Hindu man marries a 6-year-old child, I don't think he'll be accepted in societies. I don't know. I just found this, her argument, it didn't make sense. But then again, you watch it, you decide if it's okay for a man to marry a 6-year-old baby girl. Then 26 is the boyfriend who stuck to his girl during the cancer. This is a very touching video. It'll really make you cry. It made me cry. This girl who went through cancer, she went through chemotherapy, and on the last day, he surprises her by proposing to her, and she breaks down and cries. Very touching video. It really hits a chord. I might actually, get emotional thinking about it now. 27 is a day in the life of an average Japanese salesman in Tokyo. This really shows the reality of life in different countries. Really nice. I like this video. This one was kind of shocking. It was an Indian guy, I think in Singapore, who starts on a racist tirade. He turns out to be the director of JP Morgan. They have even given his name. You can Google search on Singapore. It was viral all over. So this guy is a director of JP Morgan. He's of Indian origin, and he gives a very vile racist attack on a security guy who's actually doing his job. And you're saying, do you know I earn millions, and do you know I pay millions? Bad taste. And last if not the least, this one was really, I was pretty surprised. Nowadays, they have amazing short science fiction movies. So if you're a fan of science fiction movies, watch this. The link, I'll share it with you. Amazing movies, like really short, 14 minutes or 8 minutes. So when you're just time food, you can watch the short movie. But it's like, wow, the quality of these movies is really good. So it shows the amount of talent that these guys have. So these were the recommended YouTube videos. Let me know which one you watch. Let me know which one you like. Let me know what do you think about them. Do you agree, disagree? Love to hear your views. And would you like me to continue sharing with you worthwhile videos that I watch? You find it adding any value? I'd love to know your thoughts. Having said that, let's move on to the news. I thought I'd start off with something light. This was by PC Mag, which was given on September 27, 2019. It's 22 Facebook features that only hardcore power users know. Now, the reason I decided to share this with you is because almost all our lives, everything that we do is primarily on Facebook. So I thought it's very important for you to know about Facebook. So in this article, it gives you the 22 hidden Facebook features. For those of you who use Facebook every day, you'd know this. One is in the inbox, you have another inbox where someone who's not your friend, if they send you a message, all the messages go there. The first time I found out, I found 19 messages there. The second one is how you can see all the Facebook friend requests that you have sent, but people have not accepted it. Third one is how to know if someone is logging into your Facebook account without your permission, how you can find that out. I don't want to go too much in detail because there are too many features and there's a lot of stuff I need to complete. Fourth one is how you can restrict certain posts by seeing from being seen by certain people. Number 5, how you can choose a save post for reading it later. Number 6, how you can check how much time you spend on Facebook. Number 7 is how you can download all your Facebook content onto your desktop. Number 8, how to choose a legacy contact after you die. I have already allocated a couple of people in case I die or an accident, how they can, take charge of my Facebook account, including my wife. Number 9, how you can add extra Facebook security features. I do get many people trying to hack into my account, so I've made use of this. Number 9. Number 10 is how you can ensure you get certain kinds of ads or you do not get certain kind of ads. Number 11, how you can ensure that certain apps can be canned in bulk. Many of these apps, they use the Facebook features to get your private information. So how you can ensure this is not being done. Number 12, very important, you can block Facebook's mobile browsing tracking app, so they'll not track where you're going. Very important, especially if you're traveling, because many people, they keep an eye on you. When you travel, they'll come to your house, rob your stuff. Be careful. Number 13, how you can curate what you get in your news feed. Number 14, you can turn off the autoplay video, because sometimes when you browse, it just suddenly starts blaring. Number 15, embed public content, how you can share this on your website. Number 17, how you can send money through Facebook. Don't recommend that. Number 17 is how you can transfer files over Facebook. Number 18, good gimmick, how you can upload 360-degree pictures and videos. You know, you see some pictures when you move or scroll, it moves along. So how you can do that. Number 19, how you can have a fundraiser. If you're in the Middle East, don't do that because it's not allowed. Number 20, how you can stop with the birthdays. Some people do not like their birthdays to be publicly advertised. Facebook has this feature. Number 21, for those who play games, there's a virtual arcade on Facebook. And number 22, I didn't know this one, Facebook has its own Twitch video streaming competitor, Unimaginative. I don't know, they say it's unimaginative, how you can stream your gaming on Facebook like Twitch. Okay, so this is pcmag.com. They gave a great article, which I thought should share with you. Now, I'll give you a bit of strange news from around the world. I found these bits of news pretty strange. This one is lifesitenews.com. A jury actually went against a dad from saving his 7-year-old son from getting a gender transition. You know, this is a hot button topic in the West, where nowadays children as young as 7-year-old or even younger, they are allowed to take hormone injections or tablets or puberty blockers to change from a boy to a girl or girl to a boy. And the mother in this has actually wants to change her son, transitioning the boy to Luna, a girl, and from James to Luna. You know, the father didn't want chemical castration, but the mother said, no, he doesn't feel that he's a boy, he can become a girl. And now they're actually giving puberty blockers and hormone tablets and injections. It's really disturbing. It's really sad. I mean, even when we are 30, even when we are 30, we don't know what we want. We are not sure about what we want. It's like getting a tattoo on a small little child. You'd never encourage that. Then how can you encourage someone to undergo gender reassignment from boy to girl to a boy just because they feel? There's so much of confusion that children go to. So do you support this? Do you think that a parent should be allowed to allow the child to change their gender? Or do you think this is nonsense? I personally, I don't have hatred towards the transgender community. I don't have hatred towards anyone being gay, homosexual. But for a child, a baby, and you know, you listen to the child and actually change their gender by giving tablets and you know, cross hormone you know, injections, and come on, man. I don't know. I find this very disturbing. You let me know what you think about this. Okay. The next piece of news, which I thought was really worth reading, CNBC, how Olympic swimmer Ryan Lochte went from earning millions to living paycheck to paycheck. Read the article. It really opens your eyes, your mind. You know, when we start earning money, we like to buy expensive toys like expensive cars. We buy expensive houses. We like to show on Instagram, Facebook that we're doing well, we are successful. We go for these holidays and show that we're living the dream. But all of a sudden, you know, when bad times hit, they'll never tell you, they'll never inform you. So this guy lost his paycheck, confirmed a paycheck, and now he's living, you know, he's having very less sponsors, he's having less money, and now he's living hand to mouth. So really worthwhile. That's why I always tell people, focus on savings. Please focus on savings. The more you save, the better. Even I'm guilty of this. I never focused on savings, and I literally destroyed my life. And today that I have a family, I know that I can't live like that. Next one is Kevin Hart. For those of you who watch Hollywood, Kevin Hart is the best friend of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Very talented comedian, stand-up comedian, very talented actor. He had an accident where he nearly lost his life. So he has spoken out for the first time on 30th October 2019. It's a very touching article, very touching video. Watch it. Amazing human being. He's a very enterprising spirit. I spoke about this in the recommended videos, but this is the article, the Pooch Times, the Pouch or Pooch Times.com. This boyfriend was stuck with his girlfriend even when she had cancer, breast cancer. She underwent chemotherapy, and they have to shave your hair, they have to shave your eyebrows. So the last day of chemo, and he proposes to her, and she cries her heart out. It's such a painful, such a beautiful moment. I want you to watch it. Really worthwhile. And this is last but not the least, IndianExpress.com. 38 countries participated, but this guy from India, especially Kerala, he won the championship to become Mr. Universe in bodybuilding. And India, surprisingly, won the second overall, with Thailand winning the first place in bodybuilding. He was crowned the champion of champions. His name is Chitharesh Nathasan. Okay, he's an Indian bodybuilder. He is crowned at the 11th World Bodybuilding and Physique Championship, WBPF. So he comes from Kerala, and he won the first place. So congratulations to him. I think he's 38 years old. Yeah, he's 38 years old. I'm not too sure. 38 or 33. Okay, so you see, India has, and especially Kerala, has a bodybuilding championship. So let's congratulate him, let's support him, and I hope he gets good sponsorship, because bodybuilders don't actually get recognition because of the steroid kind of like, it has a very bad name, which I think, if you are competing with everyone else taking steroids, I don't see the harm. It's much better than drinking alcohol, taking drugs, and smoking. So I don't know why they make a big fuss about it. So these were a bit of the strange news, the funny bits. Let's move on to the serious bits. Okay, moving on to more of the serious news, we'll start off with India. 1.3 million Indian debit credit card details are up for sale on the dark web, as reported by newspaper in UAE. 31st October 2019. Researchers from cybersecurity firm group IBA found Indian cardholders listing nearly 1.3 million debit and credit card data of Indian banking customers. You can get this for $130 million for cybercrime, according to ZDNet. The card details are available on Joker's Stash, one of the oldest card shops on the dark web. And this is one of the primary reasons why cryptocurrency will never become a accepted form of method by governments, because when you do not know the identity of who's buying and selling, you can do a lot of stuff. So, I think India has its work cut out for it. Then you have India saying no to joining the Asia-Pacific Trade Pact. India under Modi has refused to join the Asia-Pacific Trade Pact. The Asia Trade Pacific Pact consists of Thailand, Indonesia, Philippines, Singapore, Malaysia. They joined together to prevent the Cold War. Then you had 5 more who joined in: Brunei, Cambodia, Vietnam, Laos, Myanmar. They joined in. So it's a 10-member association, along with its 6 large trading partners, that is China, Japan, South Korea, India, Australia, New Zealand. Now, India, being a superpower, said, no, thank you, we don't want to join you. We would rather join the bigger boys, that is China, United States, with their kind of big huff and puff, beating their chest. I would just say that India is enjoying a growth. India is enjoying power, and it's choosing its partners very smart. Then you have Pakistan. This This female has been in the news and limelight for quite some time, Rabi Pirzada. So, I happened to notice her when she took a photograph of her wearing it was a fake suicide bomber's jacket, stating that she was targeting, Prime Minister Modi. And, well, this is her way of, sharing her message, being noticed. So she invited controversy with that. Then she came on the news front again when she had a couple of snakes and, snakes and endangered species. So once again, she got into trouble. But now she's in trouble because it seems that her nude photographs and her naked videos, it was shared to me. I saw them. She's a beautiful girl. She has nice, body and, sharing. But here's my question. Why would you want to put your naked videos and save it in the clouds? Not cloud as rain. Why would you want to save it on someone else's server? Let's say, for example, yes, even I have had this fetish of having my sex videos with my girlfriend. This is in my 30s. Okay, now I don't do that. So in my 30s, I had those sex videos. It was, kind of a fetish. You have a sex video, you watch it, and then you have sex again. So, crazy stuff that I did when I was young. So, fine, even she wants to do that. She wants to have her videos, naked videos of whatever, sex videos or whatever. But here's the thing. When you have a video like that, you don't store it on your PC. You don't store it on your mobile device. You save it on a hard disk and you make sure the hard disk is never plugged in. So you have it safe and secure, not connected to any cloud or server or internet. But the minute you connect it to an internet, it can be accessed, it can be hacked. And I think another Pakistani actress or celebrity has had her stuff leaked. Now, these are my thoughts, okay? This is what I personally think. Most of these sex video leaked or naked videos leaked or naked pictures leaked, I think they're doing it on purpose, okay? Don't quote me on this. This is my analysis. This is my gut feeling. I mean, when you know that someone can access your sex videos or there's a danger, there's a risk, you would be smart enough not to put it up. Whether it's Apple's servers, Amazon servers, anyone's servers, anything that is online can be hacked. We know when there is even banking fraud and all that goes on. So I personally feel that people who do this sex video leaked or this sex photographs or nude photographs, they are doing it on purpose so as to get publicity, so as to get fame. Okay. Now she has become even more famous. She has become even more desired. She's become even more like, wow, people are talking about it. I just feel this is a indirect way of becoming famous and, getting out there. But however, in my view, it's short-term benefit, long-term, it works against you. For example, Kim Kardashian, short-term, it's working very well. Long-term, now people have seen her enough and more naked. I mean, how much more can you see someone naked? You'll see them naked X number of times. Eventually, you'll get bored and move on. So yeah, in short term, maybe you'll make millions out of it. Maybe you'll become famous. But long term, it's going to slap you on the face. And especially if you're a girl, that too in a conservative society, that too in a religion that is very, Pakistan follows Islam, the majority of them. It's going to work against her in the long run. And, especially when you're being controversial and when you're rubbing people the wrong way, an entire nation like she is speaking against the whole of India, you'd have everyone gunning down for you. I mean, what are you doing? So I just look at it as she has done this on purpose. She knew what she's doing. She's not dumb. However, it's going to work against her in the long run. That's my thought. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. You can tell me these are my views. Okay. So put your comments in the comment section. I'll read them and let's have an interaction on this. Is she right? Is she wrong? Do you think she's doing it on purpose? Do you think she did an honest mistake, or what is it? Okay. Moving on to Saudi. Saudi is actually, Saudi is moving in a very aggressive manner to attracting money to the point it started to leave me to wonder, is there something that Saudi knows that we do not know? Personally, I think that Saudi is knows for a fact that they need money badly, that the market is going down, that they're going to lose the dominance that they have in terms of oil, which is why they have decided to publicly list Saudi Aramco. Now, Saudi Aramco is the most powerful weapon that they have. It's the most powerful brand identity that they have. Without Saudi Aramco, Saudi doesn't exist. Saudi money doesn't exist. Now, they are planning to put this on the stock market for a staggering 2 trillion. I mean, I remember the days when billion was big. Now it's trillion. Now, what I look at it as is Saudi is just hyping up the value. It's not 2 trillion. I personally do not think it's valued at 2 trillion. I would say, okay, a trillion is understood. 1 trillion. The number of zeros in a trillion is like, I mean, there are 9 zeros in a billion. You're talking of 13 zeros, man. So, and another thing, if Saudi lists its stock in the global markets, you have to allow external auditors, you have to expose your books of accounts, you have to be transparent. And that is a danger that Saudi will face, because once you're transparent, people can evaluate where you play with the numbers. You cannot fake those numbers anymore. What happened to WeWork? When WeWork went public, they had to expose their books of accounts, and that is where the reality was seen. Personally, for me, I see Saudi doing this because they, especially with MBS, he wants to make money as quickly as possible within his title reign. He doesn't give a damn what is going to happen after him. He just wants to make the maximum money, the maximum benefit during his reign. After him, he doesn't give a damn. That's what I look at it as. You have this article from Arab News that states on Aramco going, stressing the importance of this IPO and how it's going to be the single most important thing. I look at it as the game changer, where Saudi is no longer going to be this mystery. As long as it was a mystery, he could inflate the numbers, he could get a lot of money, a lot of investors. But now when you go transparent, you are getting naked in front of the whole world, and that's going to really impact you. Sticking with Saudi, you have Saudi, Bloomberg's article, SoftBank's son, I can't get his name right now, but he spoke in Saudi in a summit of investing millions and billions, and they always go in billions. The funny thing is, if you watch this video carefully, you'll see the whole auditorium is bloody empty. Such a bloody embarrassment. I mean, nobody is bloody interested. The whole auditorium was fucking empty, man. And sticking with Saudi, you have Saudi facing tourism problems. See, Saudi is opening up its market. It's trying to invite people to come down. It's paying Instagrammers, it's paying influencers, social media influencers to show, yes, we're very broad-minded. Now they're allowing females to wear, females can stay with men in a hotel. They're allowing people to, unmarried couples to stay together in hotels. I said that. Why am I repeating it? They are also promoting by having international stars come down. Nicki Minaj said no, but K-pop and all the other stars have come perform. WWE is performing there in Saudi. So MBS is trying to show that Saudi is modern. Okay, now even if they do succeed over there, they don't have the people. They don't have the people who are trained to handle this kind of crowd. So here in this article, it says in Arabian Business that they are facing the challenge of having trained professionals to manage the infrastructure. So if you don't have a team that can manage your company or manage the country or manage the system or the infrastructure, how would you handle all the tourists that are coming in? Eventually, it's going to backfire, because if you have tourists coming in and they don't have a proper experience, it's just going to hit you on the face. Here's something really worth talking about. I mean, just look at the hype. You have Red Sea project, which is not yet delivered. It's not yet ready. They are going to promise 70,000 jobs in the future. In the future, this is a problem in the Middle East. They always talk about the future. Oh, we are going to have this island, that island, this billions, those billions. Here they are talking of it's going to contribute $5.9 billion annually. It's not yet done. The project is not ready. Nothing is ready. But they are already saying, oh, it's going to give 70,000 jobs and $5.9 billion. sticking with Saudi because they want investors to come. Now they are going to have a new bankruptcy law whereby you don't, if you owe money, don't run away. You can still stay in the country. So come take risks in the country. And the reason why they brought about this law is because these two companies, one is billionaire Man Al Sania and Ahmed Hamad Al Gossabi brothers, AHAB, that is Saad Group and AHAB, they defaulted on $22 billion in 2009. So Saudi is saying, don't need to worry, come down, run your business here. We have bankruptcy laws, so if anything happens, you'll be protected. I just think it's too premature. This is all bullshit. Okay. Then you have Oman. Oman is, I don't know what Oman is doing, why it's shooting itself in the foot. They have put a 6-month ban on all expatriate workers, that is construction workers and cleaners. So I'm sorry, you can't get any more visas for the next 6 months. It started off in August of this year. And they're going to bring in more professions where they're going to ban expatriates. They are planning to move, Oman is planning to move into sectors of IT, accounts, finance, sales, marketing, management, human resource, insurance, media, medical, airports, and engineering. So it's almost every industry that they're planning expatriates. Bye-bye. We need to give our Omani, people more jobs. But what I feel this is going to do is, you're destroying your country because you're going to make it very clannish. Only our people will get jobs here. Then nobody will come here. You're never going to have talent. You're never going to have dynamic people. You're never going to have competition. It's going to go backwards. And I see Oman's economy going back more and more towards a traditional setup. It's like instead of going into the modern age, they're going back into the industrial age. So I just feel they're shooting themselves in the foot. Anyway, you let me know what do you think? Because if they have a lesser population, if they have lesser people coming to the country, you're going to have lesser turnover, you're going to have lesser high network individuals. The country is going to go poorer. That's what is going to happen. Okay. This is this news before I do move into UAE. I got this gentleman who wrote on my, that is YouTube. He just put Abdullah Salamat. He says, "Dear Loy, kindly write on the GCC update as Saudi, UAE, Bahrain are participating in an upcoming football tournament in Qatar. And I hope this, the strange relationship comes to the broken relationship or the hatred comes to an end. Inshallah, I hope they come together." What I look at it as is the damage that was done between Saudi, Qatar, Bahrain, with each other. Having a football match doesn't make governments embrace each other and hug each other. And that also, in a football match, you're not looking at making the other person win. The football match is a matter of an ego. It's your national pride. So you're going to compete against each other. You want to humiliate the other person. Like India and Pakistan. See how many cricket matches they have played together. Just look at it. Do you think they love each other after all this? All the cricket matches they have played, they hate each other even more. It's like the bitterness remains. Now, UAE lost against Qatar during the first football tryout in UAE. The UAE crowd was throwing their slippers on Qatar because Qatar won. So I don't think that they're going to love each other after this. They're going to hate. The losing side is going to hate the other even more. And let's not forget that the amount of losses that Qatar has had to endure, from Qatar Airways to the Qatar economy, the amount that they have suffered, they are not going to forget. It's a very simple analogy I'll give you. If someone hurts you, hurts your family, hurts your earnings, you're not going to embrace that guy after a football match and say, it's all forgiven, it's all forgotten. You made me lose billions. I still love you. No. I don't think Qatar is going to forgive them. I don't think Qatar is going to forget. Qatar is going to extract its pound of flesh from UAE. It will make sure, my prediction is Qatar will make sure that Expo 2020 is a massive loss, is a massive disaster. They will do whatever it takes to destroy UAE's attempt to revive itself. It will make sure Saudi suffers, it will make sure UAE suffers, and Qatar will want to ensure that you try to destroy me, I'll destroy you. But then you also have Qatar going to focus on FIFA, the World Cup. There's another massive. See, the problem is divide and rule destroys everyone in the end. And ever since the Middle East has broken down into pieces, they're just at it. And I think it's going to harm everyone in the process. The only person who's going to go to the bank, make lots of money is USA, because USA sells weapons and that's how they make money. When you're at war with each other, USA survives and thrives. So let's move on to UAE-based news. Okay, now moving on to UAE-based news. This is UAE to withdraw troops from Aden, that is Yemen. 31st October, the UAE announced that it'll withdraw its forces from Aden, that is the southern part of Yemen, and hand over the responsibility to Saudi Arabia. Well, the reason being is UAE is losing money and it can't afford to go into war. And the UAE citizens themselves, they are totally against this war. It's more like, focus on your country, make money. Why are you getting us involved in a war when you yourself do not have money? The treasury is empty. There's almost like $21 billion which are not paid. So why are you getting into a war which you cannot handle? So that's why I handed over back to Saudi. And Saudi was the one who convinced UAE to get into this war, which is doing nothing to help. And as far as I look at it, the war in Yemen is never going to end. UAE, Saudi, all these countries, they're just going to lose money. These people, it's going to be a war that is forever going to go. The rebels are never going to die. See what has happened in Afghanistan. See what has happened in Pakistan. Wherever USA gets involved, wherever it sells weapons, USA makes money, but none of these countries help. See what is happening in Iraq. It's just destruction. So UAE finally is getting its common sense. Now Saudi has to handle the whole thing by itself. Another thing which nobody's going to talk about is the death toll in Yemen has reached up to 100,000 people. Data projections are like 20,000 people were killed this year and 12,000 ordinary civilians since 2015. Really sad. And the Yemeni people will never forget this. And this is going to be one of the main reasons why UAE is going to have a very tough time. They'll have to secure their borders. They'll have to ensure that security is way too high, because Yemen never forgets. It's any country. If someone were to harm you, someone were to harm your family or household, do you think you're ever going to forget? Do you think you're ever going to forgive? No. So in the same way, the Yemeni people are never going to forget. And UAE will forever now will have to be on its edge. And the third article, nationalinterest.org, what it says is the war in Yemen is nothing about peace and extremism. It's all about oil. Wherever they discover oil, they always want to fight, just to ensure that they get the land. So Saudi Arabia's war in Yemen is nothing but about oil. So this is what it says about UAE, Saudi, and Yemen. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think the war in Yemen is for, what is it, for peace? Is it for religious reasons? Or is it about the black gold, which they call oil? Now, moving on to UAE-based news. Now, in UAE-based news, let me tell you, the reason I didn't want to give UAE news for quite some time, because most of the headlines were repetitive. Most of the news was more like, this, we already know this. But now what I've started to notice from different news media outlets, you would see UAE now is having problem within itself. It's not actually a civil war, but rather it's disagreements. The citizens are not happy. People are not having jobs. Like, for example, the clash between Emaar, which is the government, versus Damac, which is another group. Now, Emaar, see, you have Arabian business, which says that profits, where Emaar is bashing up Damac and saying, if your profits have fallen 90%, it's difficult to focus on profit. So yeah, then you have, even in Free Malaysia today, it says Dubai faces a disaster from overdevelopment. You have Economic Times that says Dubai is flaunting one of the biggest taboos of the economy without breaks. Then you have Arabian Business that says Dubai developer calls for property supply freeze. I will speak more about that, where Damac is selling properties, but that is okay, but other people should not sell properties. Then you have Bloomberg, which brought out this article which says Dubai faces a disaster from overbuilding. Okay. And then you have the print.in, which repeats the same article. See, overall, what it says, all these articles, what they say is Dubai, when it was a desert, when there was nothing, whatever you build on an empty plot of land, when there's no desert, when there's only a growth phase, it will succeed. And Dubai, when it started off in the 1970s, after the 1960s, after it's got its independence, it was a boom period. It was a golden era. Whatever business you would start, you would grow. Whatever project you would undertake, you'd succeed because it was starting from scratch. The potential was limitless. However, now it has reached a point where the growth cannot grow anymore. Like Facebook is not going to become any more bigger than what it already is. Google cannot grow bigger than what it already is. Coca-Cola cannot grow bigger than what it already is. Apple also same. So you reach a point after which you cannot grow. So UAE has reached that point because it has, during the property boom, it grew so much without being able to sustain and survive. So they are building so many projects at the same time, but they're not able to sustain. Case in point, what has happened with the Palm Islands? There were 3, plus it was the world, plus it was waterfront. What happened? They are still stuck at the first palm. The second one is not built, the third, nothing. The world islands, it's just sand dumped in water. Waterfront, there's no news. They took money for it. So now what is happening? So you can keep promising. See, this is a problem with promising about the future. We will build these projects. We will create 70,000 or 100,000 jobs. Expo 2020 will do this. There's always future. What about the present? What about now? The now says you have not paid $21 billion where you have borrowed money. The now says people are unemployed. The now says nobody wants to come to the country. The now says you're facing a recession. They don't want to focus on now. They want to focus on the future. One day we will achieve something great. So here in this report, what it says is, you have Khalaf Al-Habtoor, who is the Habtoor chairman, Hussein Sajwani, who is the chairman of Damac. So Habtoor and Damac, who are the most prominent figures, the most prominent brands, they are complaining of oversupply. Okay. Now the funny thing is, they are complaining about it, even though Khalaf Al-Habtoor has dumped 1,600 hotel rooms. Hussein Sajwani, he has dumped millions with the different properties. He has dumped all this. Okay. So they are dumping, they can dump hotel rooms, they can dump new properties. That's okay, we can do that. But you guys don't do it. You guys don't do it because there's oversupply. It's like, I'm drinking alcohol and I'm telling you, don't drink alcohol. It's bad for your health. It's going to destroy people. Come on, man. And on the other side, you have Emaar Al-Abrar, who is, Sheikh Mohammed's best buddy. He's saying, recession? What recession? Oversupply? What oversupply? You are not effective. You do not know how to manage your brand. Oh, we are achieving great success. It's a total mess. Here's the reality. Everybody knows, every single person knows who is into the property market that today the property market is not what it used to be. Those glory days, you just had to bring out a brochure. You didn't have to do nothing. Just bring out a brochure and say, we are selling these housing. Just pay 5%. People would stand in line. There would be guys who would buy 20 properties, 30 buildings, 40 apartments, because you only had to pay, let's say, an apartment worth 100,000. I'm just giving for 100,000. Put 100 dirhams, the 100,000 apartment is yours, is booked for you. Just put 100 dirhams or put 1,000 dirhams. People were putting like 10,000 dirhams. I want 10 apartments so I can make money, because they were thinking about the future. I'm going to be a billionaire. It's nothing but building castles in the air. In the end, after they took all the money, and it's non-refundable, that's a very smart move. You take the money, non-refundable, you say, we will start. So you got the key money first and you start digging and excavating, and people are thinking, oh, my property is going to get built up. But eventually, the prices of raw materials go up. You have economies changing from up and down. You have problems with payments. You have to pay suppliers. And when all those factors come into play and you're not able to execute, that is where losses take place. And that is why you just shut your shop and run away. And people who pay the money, they end up in loss. And then they end up in more problems if they have borrowed money from others. So this is nothing but a massive scam on a global scale. Such a scale you can't even imagine. Everyone's cheating everyone else. They're buying properties on 5% and claiming, I have hundreds of properties. You pay me money. I take your money from you. And, I tell you this house is going to be yours, which is not yet built. So, And here's the biggest thing. If you think I'm wrong, can anyone in the UAE, anyone who's living in the UAE, tell the truth and say, no, the UAE market is collapsed. The UAE market is going under losses. Haptur can do it. Sajwani can do it because they are powerful. They are big guys. They know the who's who. If you do it and you put it on social media, trust me, you'll not only get arrested, you'll get deported. Your life will be destroyed. In fact, I'll give you this link. Check this link out. famproperties.com. Go to that website. Check out. They'll show you in graphs and statistics how many properties have actually been built, how many were delivered, what is the loss. You'd see the graph, and there you'll clearly understand the picture, what UAE is really going through. So don't believe a word I say. Have a look at the stats. And then you have this war which is brewing. Now it's like the country is no longer united. You have Emaar versus Damac, two powerhouses who are just at each other's. You have Emaar's chairman, Mohammad Al-Abrar, who's considered this great visionary, who was successful during the boom period. Now he's trying his hand on so many things, noon.com and so many other projects he's trying. So he hits out at Damac chairman and says, if your profits have fallen by 90%, it's difficult to focus. Okay. See, here's my logic. Here's my simple thing. If the entire market globally, if everyone's going in a loss, how is it that only you are making money? Now, let's say, for example, Abrar says, we have made billions of dirhams of profit. We have. So here's my question. Is your apartment that you're selling so amazing that nobody can copy? Is it so unique that nobody else has? I mean, it's just, you're building with cement. You're building with cement, you're building with wood, you're building with raw materials. It's a house which is built in Dubai only. So what's so different from your house versus his house? Damac is also a very powerful brand. What's so great about Emaar? This is just utter bullshit. And the reason why, the reason why Al-Abrar is making all these grandiose claims is simple, because his boss is Sheikh Mohammed, okay? He has to support his vision. He has to tell the world, the public, that we are doing amazingly well. Come invest in UAE. We are making money. Well, he has to say that. Do you seriously think Abrar is going to say, we have made losses of billions, UAE market is suffering? No, because Expo 2020 is coming. You have to attract the investors. So Damac, on the other hand, is sharing its figures. 87% profit revenue has gone down. Profits are falling down. Revenues are falling down. It's a disaster for Damac. Read the article and let me know your thoughts. You also have Damac in CNBC, which clearly states Damac has not been able to give its dividends to its investors, and it's in a slump. In fact, read this article by Bloomberg, which says Dubai is building too many malls. If you read this article, you'll see that they have more shopping malls. They have a declining population. People are spending less. They have more competition. They are overbuilding more. Have you ever seen, just this year itself, just Google search Gulf News and Khaleej Times, the sales? How many times have you seen in the paper 90% off? Ask yourself, if a company was doing well, do you think they would offer their product at 90% off? Have you ever heard Apple saying, we're going to give our smartphones 90% off? No, Apple will never give it 90% off. Why? Because Apple is in demand. The smartphone is in demand. When a product is not selling, when you have old stock, when you have too much inventory and you're hemorrhaging cash, you're going in a loss, that the products are going to get expired, food is going to spoil. Let's just sell it off at, even at loss, let's get rid of it, let's get money. That's when you sell at 90% off. UAE has been selling month after month after month, 90% off, 90. You'll see Lulu Hypermarket, you'll see all these shopping malls, 90%. It doesn't make sense. Why are they giving this off? Because they know it's going to go in a loss. UAE's annual growth has gone below 2%, the growth rate below 2%. It has declined 27% since 2014, the property prices, and they are still building malls. Don't believe a word I say. Go to Burjuman shopping mall. You'll see the bloody mall is empty. In fact, I get so many videos sent to me by so many people. They're saying, Lloyd, the shopping mall is empty. The shops are closed. There's nobody there. Burjuman, nobody was there. Once upon a time, Burjuman was a happening mall. Go to Wafi. There's nobody there. Go to Al Ghurair. In the 70s and 80s, Al Ghurair was the most happening place. I used to go there with my parents. Today, nobody is there. The only mall that is happening is Dera City Center, because it is in the center of Dera. You get most of the Filipinos, Indians, Pakistanis coming down there. It's a networking place. Yeah, and you get Dubai Mall. I used to always go to Dubai Mall, even though I used to stay in Sharjah. Why? Because Dubai Mall has one-stop everything. You get a movie theater, you get food to eat, you get shopping. I used to go to Virgin Mega Store. I used to go to Kinokuniya, okay, in Dubai Mall. But then, how many malls can you possibly visit? If I go to city center, I get everything. I get a movie house, I get restaurants, I get to spend time in the AC, fine. And I can do the shopping there. I go to, Dera City Center and I go to Dubai Mall. I have not gone to majority of the other malls because why should I? How many malls can you possibly visit? And why should you visit? And most of the time you're stuck in traffic. Most of the time you have so many other things to do. So they building more malls is going to destroy. Have a look at United States. Have a look at Canada. The number of shopping malls, it's just empty. And they'll have to destroy the shopping malls. In fact, the rent in a shopping mall is so bloody expensive, people can't afford to pay it. You don't have to buy or believe a word I say. Go to a shopping mall. Some of the videos that I've received, it's just bloody empty. Okay? Just let me know, what do you think? Do you think building more shopping malls is going to help the country, is going to help the economy? Put it in the comment section below, because as far as I see it, I see them making a disaster, making a major, major mistake. Okay? So that's what I have to say. Next one is Arab tech versus the Dubai government. I found this article. It seems that in June 2019, the government of Dubai ordered Emirates courts to suspend claims against Meydan City Corporation. By the way, Meydan is a part of Dubai government. So I always tell people, if you're going to do any project for the Dubai government, get ready for the project to be cancelled. Get ready for your payments to be locked. Get ready for your payments to be delayed. You can't take... Do you seriously think you can take Dubai court Dubai government, Sheikh Mohammed, you can take Sheikh Mohammed to the court? That also in Dubai? Get your brains checked. So if you're doing any project for the UAE government, they can choose to pay you, they can choose not to pay you, they can choose to cancel the project, they can do anything. You as a vendor, you'll be so happy, oh, I got this prestigious project. Thermo. What happened to Thermo Electromechanical Company? They did the Dubai concourse. They did the Dubai airport expansion. I remember when I was working for Quick Electric, which is a switchgear company, going to Thermo, you have to stand in line because, they were the big shots. They were the big guys. We wanted their jobs. So we had to go there. We had to stand in line. After they didn't get paid of millions, all the guys lost their jobs. All of them lost their jobs. Those guys who are big shots, who are driving big cars, unemployed, sent back to their home country, and Thermo is finished. So in the same way, if you do any project with the government and the government decides to cancel the project, it's not like United States where you can take them to court and you can demand equal rights. No, fuck you. It's more like, this is our country. You don't want, yalla barra. That's what they'll say. And Arab Tech, with its Malaysian contractor, as per National.ae, WCT, filed a 2.8 billion case against Meydan in 2009. And, they asked for money, but see the fun. They put a 2.8 billion dirham case against Meydan because they had cancelled the project and Arab Tech had purchased all the materials, everything else. They were going to go in a loss. Meydan launched a counter claim against Arab Tech of 3.5 billion. So they put it at 2.8 billion. Oh, we suffered this loss because of you. Meydan put a 3.5 billion higher than that and said, fuck you, you have to pay us. And then they decided to, settle it amicably. But then they didn't reach an agreement. So they started a case again. See, in the end, what's going to happen is you take anybody to court in UAE. You take anybody to court. The courts will make the money. The lawyers will make the money. You'll end up losing even more money. That's what normally happens. And that is why I tell people, if you're there, don't take anyone to court. You'll only lose. Then if you're talking of stuff in the news, I found this stupid. This is a news by Gulf News. 7 ways to become a millionaire in UAE. So I thought, okay, finally they're putting something positive. How can you be a millionaire? Maybe hard work, maybe focus, maybe run this business. When I checked the article, 25th October 2019, how you can become a millionaire in UAE? Well, the 7 ways are Mashriq millionaire, ADCB millionaire, Emiratis Islamic savings account, Big 21, Mabruk savings, Dubai duty-free millionaire, big ticket. So in other words, the only way you can become a millionaire now in UAE is by buying a lottery ticket. This is the situation of UAE. And if you still do believe that UAE's economy is booming and they're making money, article by Khaleej Times that says no rent hike for the next 3 years in Dubai. I find this rule really stupid because the rent prices have only gone up. Okay? The only time it has crashed and come down is when there are no more buyers, when the market is going in a loss, where people, expatriates are leaving the country, and suddenly they realize, oh shit, we are not selling anything. Okay, come back, we'll give you lesser price. This is, the problem with greed. It's never enough. And if they are bringing this rule, no rent hikes, it's just fucking bullshit, because once you again settle down and good days come, instead of sticking to the rule, once again they'll increase, and eventually you end up burning much more of your money, changing their house, changing plans. So if you were there in Dubai for the last 10 years, you'll see this rule come and go. There's no stability. There's no security. There's no, nothing is consistent in UAE. Every time the rule changes. So this is another rule. Let me know your thoughts. If you think I'm wrong, I would love to hear from you. Now let's move on to Expo 2020 and the big news about Expo 2020. UAE-based news. This one is by Arabian Business, how UAE plans to attract 25 million visitors to Expo 2020. Pretty interesting stuff. I would not say that it's, really like shocking. More than 1,000 authorized ticket resellers around the world, each one making a commitment of 2 million tickets that they would sell. Another reason why tickets would sell is they have 60 plus shows every day. Just imagine 60 live shows every single day. Famous artists, daily parades, cutting edge architecture, 200 food and beverage outlets. Now, the first thought that comes to my mind is, if there are 60 shows every day, each show is, let's say, half an hour to 1 hour, how many shows can I actually watch if I was with my family? I can only watch maybe 1, maybe 2, maximum 3. Okay, so I'll have 3 shows. Then world famous artists. Okay, let's say a very big star comes, fine, I'll come there. But then, would I want to take my family through the crowds and the throngs and all the headache of traveling? Daily parades, how many parades am I going to watch? Cutting edge architecture, fine, I'll see this amazing building. Okay, like for example, how many times would you go to Dubai Mall? Just once. And 200 food outlets. How much food can you eat? You can eat maybe 1, maybe 2, maximum 3. How many outlets can you eat? So when you have too much of a variety, I feel it backfires. When it's just less, sometimes it's more. It's more like the more number of options, the less the sale. Okay. But it's not a bad idea. I would just say that, yes, they are trying to cater to all kinds of crowds. They're trying to make it really big. But these big numbers do not actually mean anything. The only number that does mean is, okay, having 1,000 authorized ticket resellers. I did get a couple of ticket resellers from India who reached out to me, who told me that they're being offered incentives, they're being offered promotional materials. Some of them even send it to me. Amazing brochures, amazing videos. You can see some of the videos online. It's pretty amazing. They are going all out to make sure that they get from Lionel Messi to all the superstars who would be saying, this is an event that you should go to? And why do you think they're kissing Shah Rukh Khan's ass by showing his name on the erection, which I'll speak to about later? Okay. So global networks, online travel agents, tour operators, hotel groups, airlines, value-added packages, and I'm sure they would offer them commissions just to make sure. So if they charge them 1,000, let's say 200, you'll make easy $200. So they'll subsidize the rates just to ensure that they bring in the 25 million visitors to Expo 2020. And I don't know how far this is worthwhile. They even plan to distribute ice cream for free. So you want free ice cream, go to okay. And one of the other ways how they plan to make Expo 2020 a truly global event, they are going to allow Israelis to enter Expo 2020 because Israel is going to have its stall or stand over there. But then that begs the question, the amount of security that they would have to have. Just think how risky it would be, Israelis entering a Muslim country. I mean, all it takes is one mad person to do something dangerous, one mad person. And I would say that would destroy. So it's a very risky encounter. You can have some extreme, but yes, security will be world class. They'll ensure that from technological surveillance to everything else. But then again, we know that you can have all the security in the world. You just need to have one small room for error, and that would if any extremist group, anybody is looking for publicity and wanting to be noticed, wanting their cause to be noticed, UAE would Expo 2020 would be the venue where you would get global coverage. So very risky. UAE will have to spend a hell lot of money. I personally don't see Expo 2020 being profitable for UAE. I think they've taken more than they can chew on their plate, and it's only going to end up being an expense. Would the gamble pay off? My gut feeling is no. It would get its publicity, it would get its fame, it would get people, but they're not going to make money. They're going to dig themselves in a bigger hole than they actually are. And yes, to encourage the visitors, UAE is also starting a low-cost taxi service. Added to this, to bring in more revenue, Washington Post has been, parading this, that now you can purchase booze or alcohol because alcohol sales are suffering. Hotels are not having any revenue, not able to sell. People want cheap booze. So when you have booze and alcohol, you know what happens to people when they get drunk. Okay. And I think this is the last news of Expo 2020. You have United States stall in trouble by the national.ae. The cost for these stalls, for those of you who do not know, maybe you do know, all these buildings that are being constructed there, they are being paid by the country. Let's say, for example, Spain is having its pavilion. Spain has to pay for it. United States is having a pavilion. United States has to pay for it. Qatar is creating a pavilion. Qatar has to pay for it. Is Qatar there? I think Qatar is there. Yeah. Israel has to pay for it. Now, each of these countries has to pay for that building. Now, here's the part that leaves me thinking. I'm going to spend, let's say, 50 million to build a building in your country. Now, that's me spending money to build in your country. So I'm helping you make money. I'm not making money. I'm building in your country. Then once the building is set up and the Expo 2020, everything is over, I have to leave. So my 50 million is locked in your country. What am I getting in return? That is how I would think with my small little pea brain. Okay. So it's going to be there. Now, maybe they're giving them some benefits like visas, or you can open so many X number of trade licenses, will make it easy for you to, set up business or whatever. Maybe there'll be an internal deal. But the bigger part, which is shocking here, is whenever any country builds the structure, most of the governments, they do not foot this bill. Like in the United States, as per the article, most pavilions at World Expo have big budgets of upward of 50 million, okay, for these structures. However, a law was passed in the United States in 1990 that prevents federal funds being used in US without special approval from Congress. And we know how confused, messed up, and totally, in different directions is the government. Okay, they have different parties, each one, like for example, Brexit. One party says yes, other party says no. Then it never ends. Okay, so the controversy of using public funds dates back to 1992 Expo in Seville, Spain, when Congress blocked the use of taxpayers' money. They're saying use the money for our development, not for building all these Expo. It gives no benefit. Okay, so United States Information Agency that ran its country's public diplomacy efforts was responsible for the US pavilions overseas. And even they got disbanded in 1999, effectively ending public sector support. Ever since, such projects of these Expo and creating all this has struggled to draw sponsorship. So they asked corporate sponsors. So you'll have McDonald's, put your big, logo branding there and help us build it. So there was no US pavilion at the year 2000 in Hanover, Germany, because lack of funding. So US, being such a big, rich country with its $1 trillion deficit, did not participate in Expo 2000. However, for Expo 2020, they said, yes, we will run it because they have to. UAE is begging, pleading, going so many times to meet Donald Trump. American media reported that non-profit group of companies selected to run the pavilion at 2015 Milan Expo, which ran into financial losses. So companies already burned their finger. So now the question is, who's actually going to participate in this? And 2010 Shanghai Expo, they also struggled for sponsorship. Okay, because that time they were going through a global recession. As far as I heard from the people who are there on the ground, the expats, the guys who are working in the project, they said the budget will be passed. They're confident about it. Somehow they'll make the money go. But the contractors, the people who are building this, they don't know if they'll get the payment or not. So that's a big risk. And I strongly believe that the people who are there, the businesses who are, setting up, doing all this construction, most probably they'll not be paid. That is why you'll see many Chinese companies there. And UAE with China, UAE needs China because China is big. UAE is tiny compared to China. They'll just ensure that they comply. But many small players will burn their fingers. They lose everything. And I personally know of people who are involved in Expo 2020 and they are running away, literally. Okay. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Am I right? Am I wrong? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Now, I'll give you a couple of news that is fake news, both from governments as well as, the government is giving bullshit news to promote its image and fake news against anti-government people. So I'll give you both. The first one is Europe plans an emergency economic slump. Now, this is not a fake news. So the International Monetary Fund is telling people in Europe or the countries in Europe, get ready for a massive disaster that's going to take place. Okay. Now, everyone's losing money. Nobody's making money. The property market has gone back to us. But you have Gulf News, a Dubai-based media company that says Emaar has posted $2 billion dirhams profit. Wow. Only UAE. All the other countries in the world, all the countries are in loss except UAE. And all the companies are in loss except Emaar. I don't know if I should mention that Emaar is owned by which entity. Okay. So only Emaar. Rest, no other company, no other country is making profit except Emaar. Maybe Emaar's, the apartment is like, wow. You have never seen such an apartment. You have never seen such a balcony. You've never seen such a swimming pool. Nobody has that technology. That's why 2 billion. Wow. And it seems that their sales was 36 billion. Wow. I wonder, is it audited by an independent global company, these numbers, or are they pulling it from their rear end where the sun doesn't shine? And if you thought that bullshit was big, let me give you a bigger bullshit. Really, it's like, it's not 6 inches. It is 50 inches. That big it is. The bullshit is, Emaar plans to extend the map of Dubai with another $6.8 billion. Wow. 6.8 billion. So that's 3, 6, 4, 20. So 24 billion, maybe 25 billion dirhams. They plan to extend the map of Dubai. As it is, nobody's buying the property. Nobody's buying houses. Empty apartments. Oversupply is there. But Emaar says, we are building a new mega project. $6.8 billion. Wow. Talia. Talia means clap for my Gora people. And if you thought that was, like I told you, 6 inches is not big, 50 inches also not big, I'll give you 10,000 inches. That big is my thing. It comes in Arabian business. Sheikh Mohammed says, Dubai is a perfect city, or it aims to be a perfect city. Wow. What is after perfect? I don't know. He's saying it's perfect. So let's try to understand what is perfect. Perfect means, according to me, it's like there's not one dot of imperfection. For me, in my humble view, if you're perfect, why you're not able to pay people money? See, for example, if I say, I'm leading a perfect life, perfect, my life is perfect, but I have to pay the banks $21 billion, which I owe them. Apart from that, life is perfect. What is the first thing that will come to your mind? So you have to pay creditors 21 billion. You don't have any money to pay them, but you're perfect. People say, are you fucking shitting me? Are you something wrong in your head? So I just leave it at that. Okay? You put your thoughts. Yes, I understand the 70-year-old ruler loves his city, loves his country. I respect that. Okay? It's like Elon Musk wants to spends billions to send rockets to Mars. Instead of repairing the earth, instead of planting trees, instead of taking care of the water, there is water here on earth, but he's searching for water in Mars. There is greenery, there is life, there's vegetation, there are plants, there are animals. No, he doesn't bother about all this. Animals are getting extinct, forests are getting burnt, water is being polluted. He doesn't care about what is available. He is more interested in going to a planet where there's even the air is not fit enough to breathe. I can't understand the fucking common sense. What's fucking visionary? It's fucking delusion, man. It's like your house. You have a house. You have someone who loves you. You have a family. You have children. No, but you are planning to search for love, where you're going to a savage country where there are animals. You're going to a fucking planet where there's not even air to breathe. But you're ignoring the place where you stay, where there is air to breathe, water, food, greenery, animals. So in the same way, Sheikh Mohammed, it's perfect. Only thing we have not paid, we don't have any money, we have to pay billions. Only that. Rest, everything is perfect. Okay. Anyway, and the last bullshit news. UAE is, I don't know, the only country in the world that comes up with this nonsense. This one is, UAE appoints the ambassador for the 4th industrial revolution. UAE is the only country in the world to appoint the 4th industrial revolution ambassador. 4IR. It's a first of a kind. Wow. UAE's AI must be so technologically advanced. UAE must be so advanced that they are going beyond this. That is why only UAE, only Nobody else. What I want you to do, simple thing, go ask one local guy, any local. Excuse me, Mr. Ahmed, what is fourth industrial revolution? He'll say, huh? Huh? Shoes. Shoe in the shoe. Fourth in the industrial revolution. Shoe. La. Bring one kadak chai. Rafiq, kadak chai. In a country where they should be driving, sitting on camels and ordering kadak chai. Fourth industrial revolution. Baba. First, I always say, first, pay your bills. First, pay money, have money. Then, 10th industrial revolution, 200th revolution, you do that. You can't even build a fucking structure that can stand rain. The Dubai mall got flooded. Roads are getting flooded. You don't have a proper system to take care of even rain. What the fuck are you going for? The fourth industrial fucking revolution, man? Yes. It's beyond me. It's beyond me. Okay. Coming to now, this was the part from the government trying to, bullshit with itself, which nobody falls for. Then you have on the other side people bullshitting about UAE, against UAE. This guy, Weekly Blitz, I've started to lose respect on Weekly Blitz. They come out with shit, absolute crap. It seems Princess Haya has asked her lover to kill the Dubai ruler. Absolute fucking rubbish. Total fucking retardation. No, I don't even want to talk about it. You're talking of the most powerful man, and you seriously think that you can appoint someone to get rid of the most powerful man? Come on, man. And then bigger question, how the fuck do you know? Why? Princess Aya came and told you, listen, I just want to tell you. Or some spy came and told. Total shitty news. Please don't read this website. Don't believe a thing that they say because they are talking crap. And then if you wanted bullshit news, this one is being done by everyone. And this news, now it seems to be a trend. Now, I'll give you an example how bullshit actually works, okay? I'll give you a bullshit based on global media, okay? Now, 4th November, pay attention to the date, 4th November 2019, it says, Mohammed bin Salman, he says Saudi Aramco's value is 2.3 trillion. And all the media, obviously, they're being paid money. And they are talking about 2 trillion. We are so big. Same day, Gulf News comes out with UAE suddenly magic. From, I don't know how. They've suddenly found 7 billion barrels of oil. Wow. So, I don't know. Is it some coincidence that they've suddenly, the IPO is going up, come and invest here. And, by the way, we also found oil. You can invest here, 7 billion. And then from 4th November, suddenly after a few days, just exactly a week later, Iran discovers 53 billion. Wow. Yemen discovered oil, it seems. Now UAE discovered oil. Now Saudi discovered oil. Now Iran discovered. Everybody discovered oil. Fantastic. Mind blasting. If UAE says, we discovered 7 billion barrels of oil. Iran says, yours is 7 billion. Baba, ours is 53 billion. Saudi says, fuck you, both of you. Ours is trillion. I don't know what comes after trillion. I wouldn't be surprised if another country says, gazillion. We have gone gazillion. And then Donald Trump will say, fuck all of you. I've got opticrillion. That's just I invented the word. So it's, first is Yemen discovered million. Then UAE discovered 7 billion. Then Iran discovered 53 billion. Saudi says, fuck all of you, I am 2 trillion. We just have to wait for Donald Trump to say gazillion. See, it's like just saying, your dick is 4 inches, Papa, mine is 6 inches. Another guy says, fuck both of you, man, mine is 9 inches. Another guy says, fuck all of you, man, I am 15 inches. The only thing is, yes, you have made this claim, but has anyone seen it? Nobody has seen it, right? So until then, it'll just look like you're having a baseball bat hidden in your trousers, which you're saying that is the size of your ting tong, you know? So everyone can make claims. We have discovered billions and millions, and you can make all these claims because you are a sheikhdom. You are a not sheikhdom. You are a, owned by this thing. You can make all claims, just as every Dubai shopping festival is a success. Just as every project UAE has done is earning millions and billions. I don't know. As long as, it's like internet marketing where you stand with a Lamborghini and you say, man, I made a 7-figure income and 10-figure income. So people bullshit. Okay. And I don't know if it is some coincidence that they are making the claim that they are discovering billions when they are trying to attract investors. So I don't know if that has anything got to do. But you let me know your thoughts. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they have discovered millions and billions. I don't know. Anyway, this next news that I want to share with you is merely speculation, but this was given to me by someone who is an analyst in Pakistan. He's saying that Imran Khan is facing opposition because the army will take over and get Imran Khan out because they want to take over from Imran Khan. That's the only way, when they just, outs the government. And then they will have martial law on the streets, just like they're saying what they're doing in India with Kashmir. And they will start having problems with India and Pakistan. So that's, I don't know how far that's true. If it's true, you let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think Prime Minister Imran Khan, is he going to be ousted by the parliament by the army, or is he with the army just to make things work out? Okay, so this was based on the fake news. Now let's move on to news that will impact working class people. All right, now bits and pieces of news that impacts expatriates in the UAE. The first one, which I told you this in the beginning of the year. If you check my videos, you know that I had told you this will happen. And then you had all these people say, Law, you're just a, negative guy. You're just giving fake information. Well, this is official from Reuters. HSBC, Emirates, NBD are to cut further jobs in UAE. In this report, you have HSBC Holdings is cutting 40 jobs, Emirates NBD 100 jobs, CBI Commercial Bank International 100 jobs. I think that's in conjunction with Qatar. Standard Chartered 100 jobs, Abu Dhabi Commercial Bank, Union National Bank, Al Hilal Bank. Because they are merging, they'll also be terminating staff. Now, and yes, UAE Central Bank is laying off a total of 446 people. They said local banks have laid off 446 people. That is from September of the same year last time. Okay, now, what you need to understand, this report only states the big jobs, okay? The big jobs, big positions. It's not talking of the salespeople, the small, ordinary jobs. These are the big jobs. From people who have been actually working in banks, who have actually lost their jobs, the ones who have got in touch with me, they say the numbers are much more. Some of them give me exaggerated figures of 1,000, 2,000. Some have even told me that entire departments have been shut down. Like everyone just got a notice, we are shutting down the department, they have lost their jobs. So it's, I would say these are very, these are really, very kind estimates. They're not the real picture. The real picture is much more bigger. And I've told you this before. I'm telling you this again. If you're a banker, if you're in IT, if you're in any of these sectors, please, please, please get your resume done. Start the process of looking out for a job in a new company. If you get a new job in a new company, the chances of you losing the job is very less. But if you're already established and the company was doing well and now it's not, you will lose your job. You will remember me because I'm in this industry of helping people get jobs. I can tell you without a doubt, it's going to happen. I also told you that taxes are going to be introduced, more taxes. You have Zavia.com, which says UAE, Saudi, Bahrain had imposed 5% VAT on goods and services. But now the number of products are going to increase. Khalid Shams confirms this. The taxable products are going to have another 4,000 more products added, which is going to reach a total of 13,000 products by the end of the year. Khalid Times also reports that new taxes, direct as well as indirect, are going to be imposed, new ones all across the GCC. And if you read the article, it clearly says that the reason why they're doing this is not because they want to, but because they have to. Otherwise, they cannot survive, because now oil prices, the revenue from oil, the revenue from property, revenue which they assumed would be, just free flowing, is no longer there. And they made critical errors of increasing everyone's salaries and promising them, just to be in their good books. Okay, you'll get this bonus, this salary, this promotion. And they have given the citizens of the country so many benefits. Okay. Now they are not able to sustain that model. Previously, it was just 5% on VAT, which is going to increase. They also had 100% tax on tobacco, energy drinks, and 50% on carbonated drinks. Sin tax is going to be increase to shishas and other drinks that contain sugar. Saudi Arabia is going to start a new tax for visitors who visit the airport. That is $5.33 US or 10 Saudi riyals. And Khalid Shams also confirms that there will be income tax, direct, indirect tax, luxury tax, wealth tax, property tax. And this is going to happen in a span of 10 years, slowly but surely. Just remember, if you don't believe a word I say, remember how Salik got introduced. Salik was first only on Garud Bridge, then Salik got introduced on Dubai Sharjah and Garud Bridge. Now it is almost on Sheikh Zayed Road. It is in so many places. Salik is just there. And now and that time when they said Abu Dhabi will have it, Sharjah will have it, they said, no, that's rubbish. Now Abu Dhabi has started. Salik is going to start in Abu Dhabi, it's going to start in Sharjah, it's going to start in Dubai, it's going to start everywhere, because they need money. And the only way is by charging, this one dirham, $1 that they charge. When you charge 100 million, when you charge like 1 million people, it's per day, it's 1 million revenue. So, they will charge you small bits. Income tax, maybe 1% or 2%. You might feel that small, but it'll eat into your savings. When the price of chocolates, the price of sugary drinks, the price of tobacco, the price of food, it's just going to increase your overheads. Your purchasing power will reduce. You will remember what I say. You can disagree as much as you want. Trust me, this is going to happen. Prices of commodities is going to increase. You have also banks are cutting down their rates because they're saying, just take the money, invest it, so at least we can get some interest. Banks are also cutting down their rates because they want to encourage people to borrow. But here's the stupidity. When people borrow and if they can't pay back, then the country gets affected. Loans are going to get cheaper. This is to encourage borrowings. But then again, I just feel, I don't know why they don't have a clear-cut strategy. They're just digging their own fucking grave. And this one is a big news. They just want to create fear, but this is bullshit. They say that they're going to have fake degree qualification crackdown. In my last video, I put up an Arab local guy who is exposing people with fake degrees. Even I put up the video. You just have to Google search Machedo fake degrees. I have openly shown you fake degrees which you can get attested in UAE. You can get fake degrees, you can get PhDs, you can become a fake doctor. All this is in UAE. All this is happening rampantly in India. It's happening all across the globe. And in UAE, because I'm from UAE, you can get a degree, fake degree, attested. Okay, attested. And this, you just have to Google search apostille and attestation services. All those names come. Majority of them are doing nothing but just fake degrees. In fact, the company that I worked for, that company is still there. It's still issuing degrees, masters, PhDs, all the degrees, left, right, and center, it's issuing. And that owner is making millions per month. Okay. So this is just bogus. They are going to keep having. We have Wisdom Jobs, which is still recruiting, offering fake jobs. 260,000 jobs on that website is fake. They are still there. UAE is not doing anything about it. I'm telling you this because I had gone to the federal CID with evidence of the fake degrees. I'd show them. You know what did he tell me? The CIDs, they said, if your government doesn't give a fuck, why the fuck should, he didn't use fuck. He said, if your government doesn't care, Baba, why do you care? They are not bothered. They are just not bothered. That is why this website still has access everywhere. If the government really took really took such crime seriously, they would have shut it down. They would have informed the Indian government and they would have taken serious action. They don't fucking care. The black money that comes there, it gets converted. Why do you think UAE is not clamping down on black money? Because it's revenue that comes in. All the guys with illegal money, where else can they go? They're going to go to US, India, Pakistan, all. It comes in the Middle East. And when it comes in the Middle East, you can legally open up business. They will never ask you where you got the money from. You don't have to believe a word I say. Don't believe. But just, if you're there, you'll know what I'm saying. See, another one. National.ae, American gets duped in UAE scam. She was offered a nice job in the name of Abu Dhabi private school. She thought her dream, I don't get a proper salary here when people know my worth, but UAE will pay me a very big salary. She came down and she was promised a big salary of 25,000 plus 3,600 for car rental plus 2,000 for entertainment recreation. When she landed up in UAE, she found out the job is fake. There are so many emails that I received of fake offer letters. So many people take my services. Loy, is this true? Is this false? Majority of them are false, and I save them the headache of destroying their lives. Like I tell you, if something is too good to be true, it's always the case. Don't fall for it. Just don't fall for it. Oh, this is a nice news. Emirati makes 159,000 dirhams. He makes 43,000 US dollars per month. Okay. Or he made for that month. How did he make it? Because for every transaction that was carried out, he got 45 dirhams as revenue. But like I say, this is an exception. He is just one Emirati guy. It's not all Emiratis. And it's only, even if it's Emirati, it's not for expatriates. That kind of shows you how much money are they making. If they can, allow a gentleman who does just this transaction to make 43,000 US dollars. So you can see how much they support Emiratis. And like I said, it's not all Emiratis. And one very important thing, it'll never be an expatriate. Okay. This news was just shared to me as I was making this video. A UAE resident of 55 years, Pakistani nurse who spent 55 years in UAE. She has no money and now she has to go back home. She came down with her family in 1964. Now, for this, even though the person who sent it to me say, Loy, how they suck you dry, my view is this is her fault. She chose a job which was a service-based industry. She didn't choose a job which is where she can make money. Second one is she didn't save the money. There are people who are making money. There are people who are not making money. She didn't make money because of the choices she made in life. She needs to take personal responsibility. And she chose to stay in UAE even though UAE doesn't offer citizenship. And now she has to go back. So who is to blame? It's her. That's what I tell people. If you don't have a job, it's your fucking fault. You don't have money, it's your fucking fault. Take fucking personal responsibility. UAE is not a charity hub for you. You don't make money, that shows you're fucking dumb. Okay? Make fucking money. That's why I tell people, invest in your fucking self. You don't invest in yourself. Don't go, where is God? I don't have money. The market is down. Racism. No, racism is everywhere. It's unfair everywhere. You don't invest in yourself. You don't position yourself. You don't market yourself. You don't know how to fucking have an interview. You don't know how to make your fucking resume. You just think by searching google.com, copy pasting, you will make your resume and you will be a fucking genius. You will give an amazing answer at the interview. You know how to play office politics. You know how to do the business. Everything you know. So then accept your fate. What you are right now, what you are is your fault. That's how I lived my life. 2011, if you Google search on YouTube, 2011 Loy Machedo suicide, I had decided then and there, I was going to take charge of my life. There's no God, there's nothing. I'll take charge of my life. Ever since that day, I did whatever. Beg, borrow, steal. I did whatever the fuck it took me to reach where I am. I took responsibility of my life. Do the same. Stop blaming anyone else. Okay. There are people who are making fuckloads of money. There are people who are fucking losers. It's your actions that you. So take intelligent actions. Make sure you get the proper guidance. Have a fucking strategy. You'll succeed. Otherwise, when you get fucked, don't cry. Nobody fucking cares. You can pray to whichever gods you want. Nothing's going to fucking happen. Next one is, this is mynewsdesk.com. A British citizen, Andrew Neil, was acquitted by Abu Dhabi court. See, he was a British veteran who was acquitted by Abu Dhabi court on a baseless drug charge. He was arrested October last year. They claim that they found, he was into drugs, but they found no drugs in his bloodstream, no drugs in his possession, no drugs in his property. He spent months in detention. They searched evidence on his phone, in his house, in his people. They found nothing. And even though they found nothing, they didn't let him go. That's what I tell you. In UAE, if you make enemies or someone doesn't like you and he's a local, they can fuck up your life. They can literally destroy it. So the actual dealer was a Filipina woman who was already deported from UAE. Even though that happened, they still kept this guy in jail. They kept torturing him, trying to use every technique in the world to make him confess that, yes, he's guilty. But they couldn't get him to admit this. Finally, they released him. And remember this, the only reason he's released is because he has a powerful government that supports him. If it was Indian, Pakistani, Bangladesh, Sri Lankan, African, they would say, we give a fuck, you do whatever you want. Anyway, we have a population problem, you handle it. Because he had a white passport, he was lucky. Okay. Radha Sterling, who's the CEO of Detained in Dubai. You can just Google search Detained in Dubai. She's very much involved in freeing people who have been jailed by the system. She's saying, we are ecstatic that Andy has been acquitted. This should have never happened. There are many cases of foreign nationals accused without evidence and are solely arrested based on statements by coerced informants. Okay, this is unacceptable. Like I told you, in the Middle East country, not just Dubai, if a local citizen of the country puts a case on you, you're fucked. You're totally fucked. They're not asked for any evidence. Oh, okay, fine. We'll arrest him. That's it. And then you have to prove your innocence. And that's why you get fucked. Okay. In miscellaneous news in relation to UAE, we have Majid Al Futtaim, which is a $1 billion company. Majid Al Futtaim seems that it owes money to will.i.am's tech company. Now, will.i.am is from Black Eyed Peas, and he has not been paid money. That's what this article says. Because will.i.am, see, this is a problem. They always promise these great things will happen. So Majid Al Futtaim said, just like Amazon's Alexa, we have a new device called Omega that will replicate the same thing, and we'll have will.i.am's voice, which will guide you. So they had this deal, they had this proposition, they had this project, but then it seems they didn't pay him anything. And if you thought that was bloody funny, that Majid Al Futtaim didn't pay him any money, which anyway Majid Al Futtaim denies, will.i.am states that, no, I have received the money. That's one thing. On the other hand, you have another report that says will.i.am has not paid his employees for months. Now, which part is true? But like I say, there's no smoke without fire. Majid Al Futtaim has not paid this guy. This guy has not paid his employees. And, when anyone is, when there are these glory days where you make money, when you're successful, but if you continue that lifestyle, even after the glory days are over, you'll end up being bankrupt. And will.i.am is a rapper. He is not a businessman. So I don't see him being successful as a businessman. Then you have other news where Haptur, who is a very powerful, well-known businessman in the business community, he says he doesn't like Bloomberg very much because of its titles like Dubai faces disaster from overbuilding. He doesn't like such updates. I don't know what kind of updates would he like. I'm sure he loves updates which praises Dubai. He wouldn't like any update which shows the reality of Dubai. But then again, that's his opinion. Yes, and if you are thinking that Dubai doesn't give a damn, it stands independent. Lately, I've been noticing that UAE or Dubai has been kissing India's ass a little bit too much. One example is Dubai police plays the national anthem. Wow. Wow. I never heard UAE play, India play UAE's national anthem, but UAE is playing India's national anthem. Why? Because they want Indians to, oh, we love you, Indians, Indians come. So many years they didn't give a damn, but now all of a sudden they love. And if you thought that was desperate enough, you have the erection in Dubai, the erection Burj Khalifa, wish Shah Rukh Khan happy birthday. Now, before you jump the bandwagon and say, Loy, you're just a hater, tell me which national monument in India put Shah Rukh Khan's birthday on its structure? Which? Did the Taj Mahal light up with Shah Rukh Khan happy birthday? Did the Qutub Minar, or did any government wish, any government in India, did they wish happy birthday Shah Rukh Khan, happy birthday? No. No government wishes a film actor. But Dubai, UAE, see the desperation. It wished. India doesn't give a fuck about, the Indian government doesn't give a fuck about Shah Rukh Khan. The UAE government gives. So you can imagine the desperation. Just imagine. I don't even know what to say. It's that desperate. Why they're doing this? It's a business move. Why they're doing this? So that India will talk about it. So that India will be looked upon as, oh, we love Indians. And Shah Rukh Khan will make it cheaper for them to use his brand name to promote Dubai. Because at the end of the day, it's just business. They're not in love with Shah Rukh Khan. And Shah Rukh Khan, well, if he's being treated like a king, he'll be very happy to come there. So if someone was doing that for me, I'll be like, very good. Okay, you remember you had 31st October 2019, you had Damac chairman purchases Roberto Cavalli. It was big news. Okay, the reason why the Damac chairman was able to purchase Roberto Cavalli, that brand, is because Roberto Cavalli is bankrupt. You just have to Google search and find Harper's Bazaar, April 1st. It's not April Fool's Day. 2019, Roberto Cavalli shuts our US stores amid bankruptcy woes. They were in desperate need of cash. And the Mac chairman said, okay, I'll purchase your company. I look at it as you're doing a mistake, because just to show you're a luxury brand, you're buying something that is going out of fashion. Well, I hope he got a good deal. But anyway, this is his money. What do I care? Because many global brands, fashion brands, are going bankrupt simply because they're getting outdated. Just as you had JC Penney, you had that denim jeans. I can't get the name of the company. Overpriced jeans. They just Forever 21 also. They're all going out of fashion. So if you invest and buy these brands, you're making a big fucking mistake. Times are changing. Move on. Create a new brand. Then you have Air Arabia, which is being the cost-effective airlines. It's purchasing its way by merger with Etihad. And now they are also thinking of, we will fill up the void in India by Jet Airways, which is unsuccessful now. We'll take over. But then again, I see India being very smart, because India also has to make money. They're going to charge Air Arabia money. Is it going to be sustainable? That's to be seen if they can make that kind of money. Remember, the Indian sector is very tough. The Indian crowd is not very easy to handle. Okay. And if you're talking about the economy and shakeups, you have Sheikh Ahmed, who is actually the CEO and chairman of Emiratis Group. He's taking over Dubai Holdings. I told you this before. If a CEO, the leader of a company, takes over the company or is replaced, it's because there is a downturn happening, a recession happening, because the CEO, who was the CEO when things were great and successful, he knows that now I can't maintain things. So he'll either cash in his exit, like WeWork's CEO, or you will have, the higher ups telling you bullshit things so that we can still make money. And when you cannot do that, or you say no, you're asked to leave. So Sheikh Ahmed, who is the right-hand guy of the Dubai ruler, he's the chairman and CEO of Emirates Group. He has been the big boss for so many years. He's taking over. And the subsidiaries include Jumeirah Group, Tcom, Dubai Properties, Dubai Asset Management, Arab Media Group, and Dubai Retail. They employ 20,000 employees. Sticking with the UAE is also moving into bounce checks. Now, if you have a bounce check, because many people say, Loy, my check is going to bounce and all that, they are offering a service whereby if you have a bounce check worth less than 200,000 dirhams, you can pay through your smartphone. But I'll tell you why it will not work. Okay, I'll tell you why it will not work. Why it will not work is because once you have a bounce check and you want to pay the amount or the fine, you have to use the facial recognition software. You have to use your Emirates ID, and then they will process. The fines for 50,000, just pay 2,000 dirhams. For up to 100,000, pay 5,000 dirhams. And for up to 200,000 and less, pay 10,000. Okay, now, for those who have a bounce check or going to have a bounce check and you think this is the easy way out, remember this. The minute you use your face recognition software and you give in your Emirates ID, you're stuck in the country. You can't get in, you can't get out. So I don't think this is going to work. It's like put your neck on the line so that we can chop it whenever we want. The guys who have to run away are never going to use this. And this is again going to be another failed attempt. Talking about failed attempts, someone asked me, Loy, they shared with me this link from Facebook. Emirates Hospital offers a wellness day. I just tell people, if you know somebody in the hospital, then go for a checkup there. Otherwise, do not go, because most of the hospitals are looking just to make profit and money. Okay, they are profit centers. Any hospital, any part of the world, if you know the guy, know the top guy, then go there. Because when it's a relative, he'll take care of you. If he doesn't know you, it becomes a financial transaction. And I think last but not the least, you have Chris Gale, the cricketer who slams Emirates Airlines for bad service. The funny thing about this news was, this guy had a business class ticket and they stopped him and said, it's full, take an economy class. So then he tweeted and spoke about Emirates Airlines, and then I think Emirates wanted to ensure damage control. So they got in touch with him. I'm sure they must have given him a compensation. Next news, this one, which surprised me. I think, sorry, I didn't finish UAE news, just coming towards the ending. Lulu, the big hypermarket, the big boss, that is Yusuf Ali. Okay. Now, Lulu purchased this big ass land in India. Okay. The project was worth 311 million US dollars. Okay. So they were planning a 7,000 capacity exhibition hall, 5-star hotel, and 5,000 jobs. However, the government, when governments change, AP, Andhra Pradesh, they said, Lulu, sorry, this land which we gave you or we allotted to you is cancelled. Why? Here's the reason. Because he purchased this entire land for a cost of 5,657 US dollars. Okay, just keep that figure in mind. He purchased this land for $5,600. The actual value of the land is 7.7 million. $5,000, $7 million. The market value is 7 million. He paid only $5,000. Lulu, you're being naughty. You're being a naughty boy. That means you did something. Just imagine if you're getting a $5 million worth of land $7 million worth of land for $5,000, who wouldn't take it? So it seems that he was the only bidder. He was the only bidder for that land, and that's why it was given to him. And that's why it is taken. Lulu, you're being very naughty. It works only in UAE. It doesn't work in India and all those places. Well, anyway, talking about UAE, still sticking. UAE has been doing all this crazy stuff about seeding and putting cloud seed and making rain and making a swimming pool out of UAE. Well, UAE has been having wonderful weather lately. On October 31st, you had a storm whereby a Fujairah hotel closed down. Then you had same day report, you had an earthquake that was felt in UAE, and you also had a cyclone that hit UAE. So you have cyclone, you have a storm, you have earthquake, and then you have rain. I'm beginning to wonder, are the gods unhappy with UAE that they are putting cyclone and earthquake and all that? Just imagine if something like this happens during Expo 2020, what the fuck is going to happen? Okay. Like I say, don't play with nature. When you play with nature and you try to fake things, it's going to backfire. Now we move on to strange, funny, odd, crazy news. You have, again, online scam, which is related to cryptocurrencies. Pakistanis have lost millions of dollars in the world's biggest cryptocurrency scam. Now, the funny thing about this scam is they mix religion with it. It's a Sharia compliant investment. So Allah will be happy with this investment. Don't go for interest. Interest is haram. But this is Allah approved, Sharia compliant, halal investments. Halal. So they use religion. People fall for the religion. Allah will be happy, so I'll invest in this and make halal money. It turns out they lost multi-million billion dollars, and it turned out to be a pyramid scheme. So people have lost their money. Allah Akbar. Finished. That's about it. Then with the strange, funny, odd, crazy news, you have Lindsay Lohan dating MBS. But Lindsay Lohan says, no, he's just my friend. He's just my friend. But, I'm just thinking, such a nice friend that MBS gave her his private jet, gave her a credit card where she can spend how much ever money she wants. She must have, must be like brother, sister, nothing bad. So much love, pure love. That's called pure love. He did it because he respects her like a sister, brother. That's why he gave her a credit card filled with money, private jet. It's platonic. Lindsay Lohan's father says it's a platonic and respectful relationship. That's why he gave her money. And he also claimed that he met his daughter and they are doing help for refugees. I have tears in my eyes. They're helping the poor people. Such a nice man, such a nice lady, Lindsay Lohan. She's such a good lady. Thank you. God bless you. Okay. Sticking with the same bullshit, you have Bollywood star Vani Kapoor. I don't know who the fuck is she. Never heard of her. Okay. She's come under fire. Barbecue for insulting Lord Ram in a bikini photo. Now, I don't know what has Lord Ram got to do with a bikini, but seems that she was wearing these clothes where the name of God was on the clothes. Ram. Don't put it there. Put full, not little. Chi. Don't insult God. Such a serious crime. My God. How can she do something like this? And then you have another Hollywood actress, Priyanka Chopra. So Chopra, it seems she is shooting a Project White Tiger in New Delhi. And she complained about air pollution. Oh, I can't breathe. It's affecting my lungs. It's pollution. But people were kind of pissed off because they found a photograph of her smoking. Smoking is good for health. That is healthy smoke. But this pollution is bad smoke. So it seems that it is affecting her health. So she can smoke with her husband, her Gora husband. She can smoke. And it seems that she was also blasted in the internet because she was complaining about wasting firecrackers and polluting the environment. But she had firecrackers in her wedding. I can never understand the wisdom of these superstars. Superstars. They're so super. Do you think it's stupid? Let me know your thoughts. Because another superstar. Oh yes, and if you thought this was only crazy, a handful of UAE residents, this handful, bought tickets to space. Okay, So now the space ticket that we are talking about here, let me give you the exact cost. The space ticket is around how much? It's how much is it? Let me get. It's only $250,000, $250,000 per person. Only $250,000. You will get 90 minutes, one hour of floating. So 1 hour, floating. For 1 hour of floating, you pay $250,000, and they sold handful number of tickets. So that's called smart investment. Very good. This is called intelligent investment, and Khaleej Times is proudly sharing this. UAE residents have bought this. Very good, very good. That's fantastic, fantastic. I'm glad you're not stupid like me. Good. Please spend money on number plate. Spend millions for that. Go to the space float. Spend millions on that. Anyway, it's your money. Spend. Nothing to do. And if you want something really worthwhile, apart from all this, go to this Instagram account, which is Baller Busters, not Ball Busters. The beauty about this account, which we need to support this, Instagram, is they expose all these, fake guys, fake gurus who say I'm earning a 6-figure income, 9-figure income in my private jet. They expose the actual facts where people who they claim to be rich, famous, and big, what is their reality? So please do check out this Instagram account, because I think we need to support such guys who expose fraudsters and people who claim to be big. And here they show the actual scammers, where you have these youngsters today who want to be internet success stories, and they ask you, pay me $97, I'll give you this $1 million secret. They expose them. So let's support them. Let's help their channel grow so that they'll be able to expose and tell the truth of all these Instagram great, like Ty Lopez, Dan Locke, all these legends who are making millions. If you sign up to their course, maybe you'll also make millions. So expose them. I would say support this account, because we need to bring the truth outside. Okay, let's move on to the next bit of news. All right, this is the segment where I actually share with you stuff that people have sent me in terms of emails, or people have forwarded this information to me. I had a huge selection, but I had to, narrow it down. So the first one is, this guy had actually sent me his resume. He got in touch with me and he said that he's looking for a $10,000 job. $10,000, okay? So I said, okay, fine, send me your resume. He is not my confirmed client. Please keep in mind, if someone is a confirmed client, I never share these details. But this guy, he just, sent randomly, okay, I'm looking for a job of $10,000. I said, okay, fine, send me your resume. If, I know anyone in this particular position, I'll forward it to him or whatever. The thing that makes it pretty strange or worth talking about is, in his resume, he stated, I'm a Hindu, I'm married, I completed high school or PUC successfully. My hobbies are watching TV, movies, and news, and I have knowledge of written and spoken English. And his CV template was something like this. So $10,000, and this is what he mentioned in his CV, and this is how his CV format is. So I felt something is seriously wrong with him up here. So now this was another one. Obviously don't want to give you details, but the power of networking that I call, if you put a right person in touch with someone else. So this was a girl who was undergoing depression. She wanted, she came to me for inspiration or for guidance, and I'm not, I can guide you to a certain level, but obviously I'll put you in touch with the right person. So I got this female in touch with one of my female friends who I knew in UAE, and she sent me a thank you letter. Thank you very much. This has really helped me. So obviously I've censored the details, but she's in a better place and I'm pretty glad. This one was sent to me by a gentleman who has a foreign passport. He set up a business in Jebel Ali Free Zone, and then he shared with me his experience whereby he had to literally sell the shirt off his back. That's how he put it, because he got a government-based project. They didn't pay him money because the project got cancelled, and he went through a series of bad luck. He lost millions. So I've censored his details, and I don't want to give many details about him, but he's in a better place right now. So he's pretty bitter about the experience in UAE. This is another guy based in UAE. His mom was admitted in a hospital in UAE, and they gave the wrong diagnosis, and they said, no, you need a surgery. And however, when they took her to India, they found out the diagnosis was totally something else. So he just shared with me that if in case he had decided to go to UAE, he would end up spending millions. But because he sent it to India, the diagnosis was totally something else. Like I told you, please make sure that anywhere you go, whether India or here, go to someone who you know. If you go to someone you know, you'll be saved. This one was a compliment. Loy, your words are so inspiring. You're an amazing guy. If I had a chance to meet you, I would give you a hug. No, thank you. I don't need a hug. I just need money. That's what I want to say. Another guy, this guy, he sent me a message from Dubai. He lost 12,000 dirhams in one of the scams that took place in UAE. Like I told you, please be careful of the scams. If there's any tour company, any sale, anybody guaranteeing you a job, don't fall for it. This guy ended up losing 12,000 dirhams and found out that the office had closed down, and they ran away with everything. Another one, this was given to me by a very big guy, a very successful guy, and he says, Loy, a lot of people are watching your videos. There's a debate raging in smoking rooms across, even several of my Emirati friends follow you as well. So a lot of respect and love. So this big guy, he's an Emirati. He says, Loy, well, I'm pretty happy. Thank you so very much. Another one is, this one, I don't want to mention details, and I've done a lot of censorship, but he has given me the names of very prominent business people in UAE. And, this female, whose name he has given, supplies women to these prominent, successful people in UAE. And, it's nothing big. I don't know why is this something big. This happens all across the world. So anyway, I couldn't publish his story, or I couldn't share details because he had given a lot of names and photograph evidence. If I put it, I'm sure they would literally destroy my life. One of the emails which I don't want to show, I don't want to share anything, he has shared a confidential email within Emirates Airlines, and he let out some confidential details. I didn't want to put it because it'll result in a lot of heads being rolled off, because you cannot share confidential information of a company outside. And I just did it for his own good. I'm not going to share what was shared in this email. But like I tell you, if you are still based in UAE, please do not share any information, because they will catch you. They will catch you. So I decided not to share this, and I don't want to tell you until he leaves UAE. I don't think it's a smart thing to do. Anyway, this one was shared to me by someone in UAE. You might feel this, what's the big deal about this? But if you look closely, the guy with the beard is pregnant, while the female is pretty slim. Well, the fact of the matter is, this female who looks like a female on the right-hand side is actually a male. The male who is actually a female. The female became a male and then got pregnant. The female, on the other hand, became a male, and now she wants to conceive. Oh, well, this is the world that we live in today, and they consider that normal. Well, happy for them. This was, I don't know how far this is actually true. Is this an actual ad? Because it says, Aston Martin's newest advertisements for pre-owned car. They show this girl showing a sexy body with a leg up. And it says here, you're not the first, but do you really care? Oh, well, I guess all is fair in love and war in cars. Okay. Next one, this actually happened, so I thought this was a funny meme. When your interview is 10 minutes and you can see on your covering page that your CV that you typed curriculum vitamin. Oh, goodness. I don't think you'll be called for an interview. Okay. this one was pretty funny. It seems burning infidel technology. Okay, so they're burning these TVs. These Afghani men are burning these TVs because they say they are protesting against technology as it goes against their religion, but they are using a smartphone which is manufactured by the West. So that is okay. So anyway, next one. This is for those people who believe there are 100 different genders. And she says it very well. Ever notice how gender reassignment surgery only offers 2 genders, male or female? They don't offer 100 different genders. Why is that? Very smart one. Next one, this was, I don't know how far this is true. This one was sent by Chandan Singh on LinkedIn. I found this. It seems, dear HR management, thank you for shortlisting my CV and calling me for interview. Obviously, you must have called many others too. I need the job and will definitely attend the F2F face-to-face interview, but on the following terms and conditions only. 1, you will pay me my conveyance and other miscellaneous expense of 250 rupees. You'll also pay me 500 rupees if you take more than 4 hours of my time, or 1000 rupees if you take more than 4 hours for the interview process. He's more like me. You take my time, you pay me money. If the amount must be paid cash or transferred online before I leave your office premises, there's also a 10% hike in the second round and 20% hike for future rounds. My bank details are attached herewith. You can add me as a beneficiary on the same time at the interview day. Kindly confirm my acceptance so I can plan accordingly. P.S. Please don't think I've gone mad. Then he puts, the amount I'm charging is silently and unhopefully accepting your 5 golden words, which is going to say, we will let you know, which all the interviewers do tell you. And also be assured that you can deduct this amount from my first month's salary in case I'm selected. Then he says, my money, hopes, pains, frustrations are not for free. Hope you understand. And in case you want to save my time and money, you can take my telephonic round. That is for free. I won't charge you for it. Oh, very smart. If you're that good and you have the guts, go ahead and do it. I will respect you. For those people who say, I don't feel like I'm a man, I feel like I'm a woman, or a woman says, I don't feel like I'm a woman, I'm a man because I'm transgender. This one says it all. I'm fat, but I identify myself as skinny. I'm trans slender. One guy sent me this, said, Lloyd, this is more like you. Flat earth theorists, more than 2 different genders, obese is beautiful, liberals, CrossFit, vegans, anti-vax moms, me. Says Lloyd, that is more like you. Okay. One other guy sent me this as a tribute. He put my photograph on this nice album. I wonder which app is this. Anyway, very nice of him. Yes, this is the nice photograph that I got, the 40-inch TV for free. Thank you very much. This was also put by one other guy. He says, Loy Machedo, and he put my photograph here. Yeah, makes me feel good. I've censored this person's face, and this says, Loy, I was yesterday at a training event organized by Toastmasters by DTM, some name he gave your example of someone who's extremely committed and spoke very highly of you. Thank you very much. I'm honored. It's nice that people remember. This is just to share a photograph of how my room actually looks, for those of you who ask. And if you're wondering, what is that thing on the right-hand side at the top? That's Thailand alphabets. I'm trying to learn that. But anyway, this screen is going to be used for gaming with my 3 iPads. Oh, this one was pretty interesting. I've decided to purchase a Nintendo Switch. I just Google search a Nintendo Switch, and before I know it, every other browser now starts showing me a Nintendo Switch ad. And ever since I typed out that on Facebook that I got a Philips TV for free, I even started getting ads for Philips TV. So that shows that everything that you do online is being tracked. So please keep that in mind. And, because I even type out that resume, I typed an update of resume on Facebook. And next thing I know, I got these ads for resumes in 10 minutes. It's amazing. This was sent to me by one guy in Dubai. I've censored his name. He says, Loy, not only card streets, but now on my Tinder, I'm getting services where I get special services provided on Tinder, and she's in Dubai. So, well, one thing which I thought is, you're not supposed to be in Dubai, you don't get Tinder. So how are you getting Tinder unless you use VPN? Okay. A gentleman happened to send me this. He said, Loy, check this out. He sent me this. Is this authentic or is this fake? I looked at it and I said, it looks very real. If I was on this, I would think it's real. But then He sent me a second image and he said, Loy, which one is real now? This one or this one? Now, both of them look same. But if you see the web-based address, one says login to emiratesnbd.co, OBD common banknet and .jsf and hashtag. Other one is JSF. So the JSF with the hashtag is fake. The one with JSF is real. Now, to tell you very honestly, if I was online and I'd just seen this, I would think it's real because we don't check the fine print. So that just goes to show you how much of fake stuff is going on, how many scammers are there in UAE. Okay, moving on to a few YouTube comments, which I thought would be fun sharing. One, Mohammed Hassan Sheikh says, where you stay, I will come and meet you. I don't know. Well, he thought I was staying in UAE, so I said, go somewhere, come down for a visit sometimes, if you have that much money. Then Paul Milburn says, I'm happy you put women alongside men, you sexist fuck. Okay. Then he says, you sound insane. F and G's. Shut the fuck up, dude. Thank you very much, Mr. Paul Milburn with 2 subscribers. Next one. Hacking action says, Loy, fuck you. Ooh, thank you. 1.40 subscribers. Okay. Okay, next one. Paul Collins says, Loy. No. Paul Collins says, you're. No, it should be you are. Okay, he says, you're a fuckwit. So I said, agreed. What do you want me to say? Naseem Ashraf says, Loy Machedo, when Dubai construction finish? So my answer to him was, ask construction manager. Then Nitesh Limbu says, Limbu means lemon. Nitesh Limbu says, your face is like my shit, you dog. SRK is a great man. I waste my 13 minutes bloody dog. I think you don't have any job except video making. Well, with the name like Nitesh Limbu. So I responded to him, no wonder your name is Nitesh Limbu. Now go squeeze your family jewels. In other words, go squeeze your limbu. Then we had this guy who says, Mr. 80,008, out of 204 countries, Loy has to speak against just one. So unbiased. Well, my answer to you, 80,008, it's because that's the only country I have experience in. That's the only country I have stayed in. And that's the only country, I can talk to you about which I've experienced. Why should I talk about 204 countries? I mean, making this video itself takes me like 6 to 11 hours, one country. How can I create 204 videos? And does it make any sense speaking about a country where you don't have any experience? Okay. So as usual, guys, put your comments down below. I always respond to the comments. Put your comments. I always respond to them. Like and share the video if you feel it added any value. This is me signing off for now. Thank you very much. Take care.